and welcome to Tacoma, Washington, just outside Seattle, for tonight's simulcast here on the Prime Ticket Network and KLZZ. Is this the best rivalry in the Major Indoor Soccer League? Well, Cleveland, Baltimore, St. Louis, Kansas City are good ones, but this is Sockers trying to stay above 500 at this point in the season against the Tacoma Stars, the new kid on the block, and a team that is running away with the Western Division and the overall lead in the Major Indoor Soccer League. This is a rivalry that began last year when the Sockers sold Steve Jungle to Tacoma. It grew even more in the playoffs, and now it is full tilt. We take you back to the day after Christmas of 1986, the first meeting between these teams. Gary Heel, the former Socker, wins it for Tacoma in overtime with his fourth goal of the night. An emotional victory for the Stars, who had been victorious only once before at the San Diego Sports Arena. And the very next night, a record crowd of over 18,000 on hand here at the Tacoma Dome, and ironically, another former Socker was again the hero. Steve Jungle scored the winner in double overtime, capping a tremendous two-day stretch for the Stars that sent them on their way to their spot atop the division. And at 17-4, indeed, the Tacoma Stars own the Western Division by 6 games over the San Diego Sockers, and they're threatening to pull away. And while this is obviously a very intense rivalry between the two teams on the standpoint of players, there's also a big rivalry between the two head coaches. Ron Newman, winner of 5 consecutive championships, and Alan Hinton, the man who wants to take one himself. We asked them both to comment on the rivalry.
Well, it means everything to us. A year ago, San Diego used to come in here and win very easily every time. And right now, we've got a really good team. We're playing with a lot of charisma, a lot of spirit. And we've won twice this year in overtime against a very powerful, good San Diego team. They're well rested. We're well rested. And it's going to be a great game tonight. And I hope the Stars win.
Well, I think that we've had so many good games against them, Randy. And the big thing is that their record shows that they're the best team in the league. They're still not the champions yet. We're still the champions. But they've got to be recognized as the #1 team in the league because of their record. And we want to get that back.
While this is a story of a great rivalry, there is an interesting subplot tonight from the standpoint of the San Diego Sockers. Branko Segota, the team's leading scorer and arguably one of the best 5 players in all of the Major Indoor Soccer League, has indicated in published reports today that he is on the verge of declaring himself a free agent at the end of this, his option year. He will meet once more with Bob Bell on contract talks, but if he can't come to an agreement with Bell, Segota says in his words he will go to the highest bidder at the end of this season. We talked to Branko and asked him about his feelings on current contract negotiations with the Sockers.
I think basically the situation is I'm getting hurt by this salary cap, and you know, San Diego has so many good players and some big salaries, and you know, I had a couple of good years and there's no room for me to renegotiate my contract, and I feel that I play out the option and test the market.
At a time when the Sockers need Segota to play well, you wonder if these contract problems will affect his and the team's play. On other news, there have been several coaching changes around the league already at this point. Today, we announce another one. Late this afternoon, the Los Angeles Lasers announced that they have relieved head coach Peter Wall of his head coaching duties. He, of course, the former coach of the year in the MISL. The Lasers are 6-14. They are 10.5 games out of first place. There have been some people rumored as a possible replacement for Wall. One is Don Popovich, who reportedly will meet with LA officials very soon. Well, we are in for a tremendous game here tonight. The Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. It's always a great one, great players, and we're glad you're with us. And we'll be back with the opening kickoff here on the Ticket Network after this. Tacoma Dome here on the simulcast on Prime Ticket and KLZZ. The referees for tonight's contest between the Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. Head official Gino DiPolito. He'll be flanked by Klaus Kretschmer and Gary Schugarts, a very veteran crew here at the Tacoma Dome tonight. Starting goalkeeper for the Tacoma Stars, Peter Mawlik from Poland, a goals against of 4.03. He is 6-1 on the year and sharing in the tremendous season that the Stars are having. Down at the other end, he'll face Jim Gorsick, recently back off an injury that kept him out of the lineup for quite some time. He comes in at 4.05, and he has really taken the brunt for much of the Sockers' problems from the one-loss standpoint. He is 1-5, but he played very well a couple of nights ago. The Tacoma Stars, tremendous in this building under their head coach coach Alan Hinton. They are 9-1 at home so far this year, and a tremendous overall record of 17-4. One wonders if they indeed will run away with the Western Division right now, 6 games in front of the Sockers. The starting lineups for tonight's game. And in goal again, Gorsuch and Mavlik. The defenders, Black and Megson for the Stars, Schmetzer and Crow for the Sockers. The midfielders, Gray and Quinn. The forwards, Preki and Jungle, a great twosome, and another good pair in Wilrich and Julie V. The series record between these two teams very much in the Sockers' favor. They lead the series record 8-4, but Tacoma has chipped away with that with consecutive wins over San Diego so far this season. We're underway, and we're glad you're with us live here on the Prime Ticket Network and KLZZ. Sockers defending the goal to our left. They are dressed this evening in their road blue score uniforms made by American Soccer Supply, and right off the kickoff, we have a very good scoring opportunity for the Sockers. Julie V and Kevin Crow, who broke deep from his defensive position. The Mavlik grabs, and now Ralph Black will start it out for the Stars. Up to center it comes for Preki. Pumped off the ball, and it'll be Greg Blasingame playing it toward his own goal. Mavlik, the long punt downfield. Jungle heads it toward his own defensive zone. Now Wilrich with a steal. He breaks down the wing with Quinn, and that's a foul. Steve Jungle pushing along the far boards. And our first foul of the game. Jungle has done so much for this franchise in the short time he's been here. Of course, he's been around the MISL, started in New York, then made his way to Golden Bay, a short time there, then the Sockers for a couple of years. Now he's turning it around here in Tacoma. Good chance in front by Quinn, but the Stars block it away before it reaches goal. Now it's played through the penalty area by Preki. It'll go to the far wall for Greg Blasingame. Sockers intercept again and continue to put on the pressure. Wilrich's shot from outside off the hands of Mavlik and out of play. There's Gene Wilrich, the Sockers captain, and look at Peter Mavlik in the Tacoma goal. And he got his hand in front of that hot shot by Wilrich, who, you know, you hear a lot about people like Segota and Juan Hermes from the Sockers. Gene Wilrich, when he gets that topo shot on goal, has one of the harder shots on the team. It'll be corner kick Sockers on the near side. Julie V stands over it. He has Wilrich poised at his left. The pass will go to Gene. He'll leave it. Crow shot, and he scores! Great deception by the Sockers on the set play. Everyone in this building thought it was going to Wilrich. He of the much better shot, but Kevin Crow, who has really come on in the last month as an attacking defender, puts the Sockers up by a goal. All from the corner kick, and it was Julie V and Wilrich with a great fake as he moved the left foot but left it for Crow, and I think it went through the legs of the defender back there for Tacoma, Joe Waters, and the Sockers have themselves a 1-0 lead, and that takes this crowd, believed to be around 15,000 tonight, someone out of the early part in this game. 1-0 San Diego, and Kevin Crow puts the Sockers on top. Now the Stars from the kickoff on the attack, and Gary Heel goes over top of Kevin Crow on his way to the net. And San Diego will get it back as it's played to Jim Gorsuch. Now it's Hermes. Up to Chacha Namdar. Back to Gorsuch. His toss hits Preki, but comes down to Segota. Now it's Namdar trying to play it forward, and again the Sockers have to use the goalkeeper to get possession again. Pass up for Segota, a little behind Bronco. Tries to knock it across for Hugo Perez. Stars will come back with Preki on the attack. Left wing side, good job by Hermes staying with Preki. Ball comes loose to Bronco Segota. Taken away from him by a former teammate with the Arrows in New York, Val Tuccia. Gary Heel trying to work a give and go. Tuccia falls. Stars and their fans want a foul. They say play on. Toss upfield by Gorsuch for Segota. Tracked down in the back by Neil Megson, having what they're calling an all-star type year here on defense for Tacoma, although he was not selected to the Western Division All-Star team announced today. We will tell you about that Western team later in the telecast. A number of San Diego Sockers, as one might expect, were named to the Western All-Stars today for the game in Los Angeles on February 11th. Ball at midfield, battle for it. It comes loose. Sockers play it into their defensive third, and Gorsuch will collect it again for San Diego. Gorsuch in his 4th year out of Portland, Oregon, 31 years of age now, and what a tremendous season last year. Here's a chance for him to show his stuff as Seco breaks in on the right wing side of the penalty area. Doesn't get the shot away and plays it back to the red line for Joe Waters. Tuksha playing it in front for Gary Heel, and the Sockers are ever so present of his presence in that penalty area as Heel scored 4 times. San Diego very aware of what Gary Heel can do. 4 goals in that game when they first met just after Christmas. Wilrich will bring it back the other way, gets it to Brian Quinn. Now Wilrich on the right wing in front for Julie V. Knocks it a good bit back to Quinn. Quinn now at the right point again to V, who's backing away from the goal. Quinn again takes a shot from way out. It bounces to the side of the net. V took a swing at it but missed, and Ralph Black has it back for Tacoma. Black, another defender, having an outstanding season for the Tacoma Stars here, as they have really turned the heads of everyone around the league with their impressive beginning, and you get the sense it won't let up soon the way they're playing. A San Diego foul as Juan Hermes is called for pushing off Godfrey Ingram in front. Hermes thought he was elbowed. And now a great free kick for Steve Jungle, top of the penalty area, 35 feet out. It's at the top of the half circle, and Steve stands 5 feet back of it. He has Blasingame and Ingram with him, but now the Stars will take a timeout as Alan Hinton wants to get the best of this and try and tie it up. So we have a timeout on the field, and on our Kobe Sports Arena Swap Meet scoreboard, Sockers 1, Tacoma nothing, here on the Prime Ticket Network. Back live on the simulcast, it's 1-0, the Sockers leading the Stars here at the Tacoma Dome, but a good opportunity for the Stars to tie it up here as they will get set for a free kick. Lots of other action around the league tonight. We will keep you up to date, and we should have finals in all the games before we leave you this evening. In the 4th period, Cleveland leading Chicago 7-5. The Sting 7-game winning streak on the line there. Dallas and Minnesota tied in overtime. And St. Louis leading Moscow Dynamo on their North American tour 3-2 in the 3rd. Time for the free kick. Jungle poised 35 feet away. Has Seco on his left. Goes for the far post pass to Gary Heel, and it's knocked away by Wilrich, but the Stars bring it right back in. Heel tripped up on the right side by Hermes, and the Sockers have another foul, and the Stars have another free kick. Heel smiling as he backs into the penalty area, talking to Juan Hermes, who committed the foul. It's Jungle setting up for the free kick right side now from 28 feet. Front of the box for Godfrey Ingram. That's tipped away. Quinn has it for San Diego. He'll roll it to center for Hermes, who breaks between defenders but played it too far ahead for himself, and Mavlik was able to get to it. Hermes just bumped it a good 10 feet further than he should have, and now he darts back to the bench as he did a lot of running on that shift. Ingram comes back to midfield for the Stars. A pass for Jungle, knocked away by another defender who's performed admirably for the Sockers down the stretch of the last month or so, Brian Schmetzer. He has it in midfield, back for Fernando Clavillo. This is Julie V at center. Left wing for Quinn. He beat his man who was making a bench change. Shoots it just wide. Rebound by Clavillo, and he'll miss kick it. And the Stars will get out of a jam, getting caught on a line change. And the Sockers will do that to teams a lot, as well as beating other teams with their own line changes. But clubs around the league like Tacoma are learning how to do it, too. That time the Stars dodged a bullet because the Sockers tried to exploit the problem. Preki with a shot as he breaks down the right wing side. It's just wide. And now it's played back for Gorsuch in the penalty area as Preki got loose down that wing. And he's got a tremendous shot, as many as the Yugoslavians seem to do. Here is Hugo Perez. On the right wing, he takes a left footer that goes off a leg out of play, and this will be San Diego ball on a corner kick. Perez not named to the All-Star team today, and I know he'll be upset with that. He felt he was having the kind of year that might get him there with 26 points at this juncture in the season, but he was not one of those named to the starting group. He could be added by the coaches at a later date. Of course, Ron Newman will coach the West, so I suppose there's still a possibility for Perez to get into the All-Star game. He certainly had a good year so far. But the Sockers record, I think, 11-10 right now, had something to do with the way some of the players voted. On the free kick, Schmetzer out of the corner has it knocked away. Comes back to Segota. He'll play it to Kevin Crows. The Sockers will try and set up again. And they have dominated play by a slight edge so far in this first period. Nice scissor kick pass into the penalty area by Perez for Bronco Segota. Now Bronco will fight along the near boards for it with Neil Megson. And now Segota retaliates against Megson right in front of the referee. There was no foul call. It's played back into the San Diego defensive third. And now Gorsuch will bump it to midfield for Kevin Crowe. We're live in the first period with 9:15 remaining. 1-0 San Diego on the goal by Kevin Crowe. And for Crowe, that was his 4th goal of the year. 3rd goal of the year maker. Here's Perez. A shot that Mavlik gets up on the rebound. A chance for Segota, and he hits it over the crossbar. Comes down to Schmetzer at the left point. In along the wing for Namdar. He tries to play it back for Schmetzer, who gets his left boot in the face of Seco, and they call a dangerous kick against Schmetzer, and the Sockers have their 3rd foul of this first period of play. Seco, new to the Stars this year, and where else? From Yugoslavia, 24 years of age, played in Belgrade, and was a first division player over Yugoslavia before coming here. Convinced, I'm sure, by Preki, who he played on the same team with over in Europe. This is Peter Mavlik now from the Tacoma goal. A pass up the wing for Gary Heel, and the Sockers midfield again wins the ball from Tacoma. This is Namdar ahead for Perez. Back for Cha-Cha. Makes a nice move, going wide around Preki. Now into the corner, it's Namdar. Preki and Tucha double team it. And Cha-Cha trying to play it out. Gives it away, but Crowe will save it and pass it back to Gorsuch. Jimmy ventures out of his penalty area, clears it around to Kevin Crowe. Crowe will be on the All-Star team. Gorsuch boots it along the curvature of the near boards to Cha-Cha Namdar. He's forced off the ball by Preki, and they call a foul San Diego. And that's the 4th against the Sockers. Now Preki trying to set up with Gary Heel on his far right. Drops a pass to Jerry Gray. Now to the right wing. This is Waters. Back for Gray. Gray had that tremendous half season in Chicago when he was on a league assist record pace before he broke his leg. Now it's kicked out of play over the end wall, and this will be a goal kick San Diego. Here in Tacoma, it's the Sockers leading the Stars 1-0. And we'll be back. Stars trail the Sockers 1-0 right now as a big crowd looks on here at the Tacoma Dome. And they've been having a lot of fun here ever since Steve Jungle came. That was last season. We get a look at the save by Peter Mavlik earlier in the period off Hugo Perez, and Hugo has without doubt one of the best left foot shots around, and he got that one on goal, but Mavlik went upstairs to knock it away. But the Sockers are pecking away around that Tacoma net. We've seen it so often this year where San Diego has dominated in the first half but really hasn't scored enough to build up the kind of leads that they used to have, and I guess what now affectionately are known as the good old days, like last year when they'd go up 4 or 5 goals on a team in the first half and never let them back in. This year they've been letting teams back in and really never getting those dominant leads. Here's Clavillo on the right wing side as the Sockers try and open this one up a little more. Wilrich on the side, pinned to the wall by Blasingame. No foul call. Wilrich can't believe it. He was held there, he said. Lets Klaus Kretschmer, the referee, know so. Stars will bring it out to midfield. Here's Jungle. Move to get around Schmetzer, and Schmetzer is going to go for 2 minutes, bringing down his former teammate Steve Jungle. And we have a penalty. Probably a good penalty for Schmetzer to take in that situation, at least a good gamble to take. And Ron Newman over on the Sockers bench as Schmetzer makes his way to the penalty box is furious with the call. It was Jungle after a ball in midfield and just caught the legs of Jungle as Steve had advantage. It was about a 60-40 ball at that point. And Jungle got to it first, and Schmetzer will go to the penalty box, and we have the first power play of the evening. And the Stars power play ranked 4th in the league going into the week, 39% effective. They have 18 power play goals. Sockers penalty killing unit is ranked number 1. They are killing them off 33% of the time, and they are known for their penalty killing. They get so much practice. They're also the most penalized team in the league, the Sockers. Here's Preki now for Tacoma as the Stars attack right to left for our radio listeners on KLZZ. It is Black to Preki. Jungle now posted up in front of the half circle. Ingram plays it right on goal to Jim Gorsuch. He was trying to work it to Gary Heel at the far post. Stars have a nice-looking power play. Now a long pass up for Ladouceur, who's on the penalty-killing unit. Intercepted by Mavlik. He'll send it back forward for the Stars. This is Ralph Black now, as Alan Hinton had to get a defender on there quickly as the Sockers broke downfield shorthanded. Here's Brecky again on the right wing. Plays it into the corner. Ingram will control it. Gary Heel poised at that far post side. Now Jungle over to Ralph Black. Black cuts it back to the Z-man, as they call him here, but his pass for Ingram is knocked away by Crow, and Luddy Searle come back to center. Approaching the 1-minute mark remaining in the power play, but here's the Sockers coming back short-handed, looking good. Clavio kicking it all the way back to his own red line now, and Crow will relay it on to Gorsuch. Jimmy will punt it downfield and kick it over 3 lines, and this will come back Tacoma ball at the red line with 50 seconds to go in the power play. Newman keeps Clavio, Crow, Namdar, and Quinn out there, and Schmetzer eager to get back on the field. Brian from the Seattle area and was looking forward, as you can imagine, to this game tonight with a lot of friends and family in the audience. Here's Heel at the side, and Gorsuch cuts it off as Gary Heel was trying to get it to Jungle. Gorsuch will fire up the wing now for Segota. Ball takes a funny bounce off the near boards, but it drops right down to Bronco at the red line. Back to midfield now for Quinn. Jungle rides him off the ball. Quinn trying to get it back from Ralph Black, but the Stars will control it once more with 20 seconds to go in the power play. 1-0 San Diego leading. We're live at the Tacoma Dome here on the simulcast. Brecky, nice fake pass to the corner in front for Jungle, but that was broken up by Clavio. Segota on his way downfield bumps into the Tacoma midfielder, Ralph Black, and that's a foul against the Stars. And that'll give the Sockers a chance to kill off probably the rest of this power play. 8 seconds remaining. And Ron Newman felt that that was a serious enough obstruction call, obviously from his demeanor if you're watching us on Prime Ticket, that it should have been a penalty. Stars have 3 fouls. Sockers have 4 once they kill this power play off. Here's Crow now at center with the only San Diego goal tonight. To Brian Quinn. And now the teams are at even strength as Schmetzer is back on the field. Here's Perez to Schmetzer as he breaks down the right wing on Valtucha. Schmetzer on goal, and a kick-out save by Peter Mavlik. On the rebound, it'll come to Quinn. He'll wind up, fake, shoot, and it's blocked again and bounces to Brecky. Sockers just pounced on the opportunity right after killing off the penalty. Now here's Perez and Segota trying to work something in the zone, but it's a pass by Perez for Bronco intercepted. And Neil Megson has it again for the Stars. Megson in his 4th year out of Portland, and they are really high on him this year, as they are on Jerry Gray, who hasn't really worked out quite the way they thought he might so far, but he's coming on of late. Here's Quinn. A nice pass up for Perez, but it rolled off his toe, and it's taken away by Joe Waters in front of the Tacoma goal. Back up for Jungle now. He's fighting against the youngster, Juan Hermes. Ball still in the possession of the Stars. Tucha trying to feed it across for Godfrey Ingram. His pass is late, and Perez will bring it back 3-on-3 with Segota and Hermes. Drops it right side for Kevin Crow. He'll wind up, play it into the corner for Hermes. Back across for Segota. It glanced off a forehead. Otherwise, Bronco has a chance for a shot. Gets it back into the high slot. This is Namdar. He'll play one in front for Perez, who turns and leaves it for Namdar. The Cha-Cha never made the run through, and the Stars will bring it back. Now the 3:50 left in the first period. Still a 1-0 San Diego lead. Here's Jungle to the red line. Pass ahead for Ingram, but Crow beats him by a step to play it back for Gorsuch. We have a Tacoma foul, and that's their 4th. Quick restart. Here's George Katakalitis to center for San Diego. George's first shift of the night. Back to Hermes. He'll cut across to the middle. Shoot! And the save made. Katakalitis on the rebound. Hit it right back at the goalkeeper. If he could have lifted it, a chance to put it in. Now a foul after the play against the Sockers. And they will go to the foul limit. Well, again, it's the old story so far. But the Sockers having many opportunities, but not cashing in on enough of them. 1-0 Sockers as they are a foul away from another penalty in this period. 3:30 left to go in the opening 15 minutes of play. You're enjoying our live simulcast here on Prime Ticket and KLZZ AM 600 in San Diego. Sockers will be back at home tomorrow to play Kansas City Friday night. And then it's on the road again. Busy schedule at this point in the year. Sockers with it in their defensive third. It's Katakalitis to center for Gene Wilrich. Knocked away from him, and Joe Waters will play it back to the goalkeeper, Mavlik. Mavlik. Up for Black. And he'll elect to go back to his goalkeeper. They can pass it amongst themselves as many times as they want. It's just that once Moblic's picked it up, he can't take another pass from a player in his own zone and pick it up again. Wilrich fouled by Waters, and that'll put Tacoma at the limit. So the next foul in this period, if there is one, will be a penalty for somebody. Sockers with a free kick now. And they're about 60 feet out. Shot taken by Wilrich. Blocked now. Here's Namdar. Back for Katakalitis. He'll let it go. Schmetzer will control it. Bump it to the left wing for Gene Wilrich. Wilrich trying to take on Blasingame. Blasingame, the quicker of those two. Gene gets in the corner, does a 360 and commits a foul. And the Stars are going to go on the power play again, as that'll be the 6th against San Diego. Wilrich, in his effort to beat quicker and younger Greg Blasingame, just grabbed on in the corner to the jersey and did a 360 and gets called. So with 2:38 left, the Sockers are going to be shorthanded for the better part of the rest of this period, provided, of course, the Stars don't commit a foul. Now let's pause for a moment so that our stations can identify themselves. Julie V will serve it, and Jungle will start from center. Out there with Black, Preki, Heel, and Godfrey Ingram. Stars attempting to tie it here in the first period. Jungle up the right side for Ingram. He's got to step on the defense. Gets a shot away. Gorsuch knocks it down. Jungle at the right point now to Ralph Black. This is Preki now. Far post for Ingram. His header wide of the goal. Gorsuch just let that one go. Didn't have a chance. It was too high and on a sharp angle, but I guess Jimmy thought it was wide. 2 minutes to go in the period. And a minute 21 in the power play now. Jungle has it at the red line. Makes a move inside. Pass off to the left. Black will play it off the wall to Preki. In front and off the fingertips of Gorsuch, and a goal by Gary Hill. Well, if there's been a Tacoma player that has had San Diego's number this year, it has been Gary Hill. 4 goals in the first meeting, another in the second meeting a day later. Now he has his 6th goal of the year against the Sockers. Preki out of the corner, and Gorsuch got to that, but he couldn't hang on, and it dribbled off his fingertips to Heel, who has scored so many of his goals in front off deflections. And he gets another one here to tie this game at a goal. Power play for Gary Heel. Heel now in his 4th year in the MISL, nets his 22nd of the year. He started off tremendously this season. He's tailed off in his production the last 3 weeks or so. And the Stars are hoping he can get it going again like he did in the first half of the season. He came into tonight's action, Gary Heel did, 7th in scoring with 36 points. Make it 37 now. That was his 22nd goal to go along with 15 assists. 1-1, and we're tied. And we're late in the first period. Sockers from the kickoff, play it deep into the Tacoma zone. Fernando Clavillo's triple team there. The Stars will get it around to goalkeeper Peter Moblick. 30 left to go in the period as Ingram will start from deep in his own zone up to midfield for Blasingame. Intercepted there by Segota. Bronco in on goal, passes left for B. He'll have to chase it into the left corner. Double team there, and Black will get to it. He stays with the play. Black trying to bump it along the wall. And Ingram will finally clear it to midfield. Cole, who has the San Diego goal, over to Quinn. Quinning across the red line up the middle. Pass to Segota. Bronco trying to get free for a shot. And tries to lift the pass to V. Jungle intercept. And Julie V from behind brings down Jungle, and that'll be a Tacoma foul. And the free kick for Tacoma. On our Kobe Sports Arena swap meet scoreboard, still a 1-1 tie here in the first period. Here's Mason. Up the right wing. Taken there by Ralph Black. Now Jungle forced into his own zone. Near collision between he and B. Now a push along the near wall. Schmetzer sending a Tacoma player. Ralph Black into the woodwork. That's the 8th San Diego foul of the period. And again, the Stars are calling for penalties on those, but the Sockers are getting fouls, and they're already past the limit. So they would need 4 more. Good free kick by Black. Gets it to Jungle left side. Schmetzer is there. Jungle off the wall. It's cleared, or hit toward the San Diego goal, but we had a foul on the shot against Tacoma. And they are now at 6 fouls. And there will be a Sockers power play. Brian Quinn of San Diego not realizing it, wanting to get the advantage on the quick restart. And kudos to Quinn for his hustle on the play, but it will be a San Diego power play. And the Stars take that 6th foul with 30 seconds left, and Alan Hinton obviously would have liked to stay away from it if he could. But San Diego's power play will now go to work.
Stars says at the end of the quarter will be drawing a lucky number off the roster.
It looked like a great scoring chance for the Stars as Jungle played it off the wall and right in front to Ralph Black. It almost looked as if Brian Quinn had his leg kicked onto the ball by Black, and then it hit Corsic. Either way, Preki will go over to the box to serve the 2-minute penalty for the 6th foul. Sockers power play first in the league. Great special teams for the Sockers again this year. 33% effective. Tacoma's penalty killing not very good at all. They're second from the bottom, 11, killing off only 60%. Here's Perez with a shot, and it hits Val Tuccia and sails way out of play into the seats. And San Diego will get it back on the far boards again on a kick in. Sockers power play look as Preki looks on from the box has Hermes, V, Wilrich, Segota, and Perez. Here's Bronco winding up, playing it over to the right for Wilrich. 15 to go in the period. Back to Segota, into the corner for Perez. Better not waste too much time here as they tick down to 10 seconds. Bronco will shoot it. It's blocked on the rebound. V after it. Back to Segota, seconds ticking down. Here's Wilrich into the corner, and the horn will sound as Hermes misses an opportunity at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first period of play. The score, a 1-tie. You're enjoying the MISL on the Prime Ticket Network. I'm Randy Hahn. We're tied 1-1, the Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. The Sockers International Challenge Series is continuing Sunday, February 8th. It's coming up. The Sockers will host Moscow Dynamo at 6:05 at the Sports Arena. Now, tickets for that game on sale now at the Sports Arena box office and all the Ticketmaster locations, including May Company and Mad Jack stores. Or you can get your tickets by phone by calling 619-232-0800. Moscow Dynamo playing tonight in St. Louis, and we already had a partial score. They are on a North American road trip that's right now seeing them play 3 games in 3 nights. We'll see how they've adjusted to the indoor game by the time they reach San Diego. Sockers coach Ron Newman would like to get a goal on the rest of this power play remaining for San Diego as we start the second period, and he's talking it over with Julie V, who will be on that power play unit, no doubt. 1:30 remaining in the man advantage for San Diego, and from the kickoff, Newman will put a little more of a defensive look out there, as he is prone to do in these situations when he's not assured of possession. And then after the Sockers get possession, he'll get the defenders Crow and Clavillo off the field and get more attackers on. Preki in the penalty box for Tacoma, and as far as the Sockers are concerned, that's a fine place for Preki, who is one of their top scorers, and in some people's minds as much a key to Tacoma's success as Steve Jungle has been. Clavillo fighting for that possession from the kickoff, and he fights off Steve Jungle to get it. And now watch for the San Diego's midfielders to leave the field, or defenders, I should say, and they do. And those attackers coming on. Segota, left wing side for Quinn. Sockers on a power play for another minute 10. Bronco up in the high slot to the right for Wilrich. He'll set it up. Back to Segota, and a shot blocked by the left flat. All the way to center for Gorsuch. They'll send it forward again. Segota with Quinn on his left. He'll go deep to the corner for the pass. Has to play it off the wall and just missed it. And Val Tuccia will try and come out with it. He has to get past V and Quinn and works it neatly for a breakaway opportunity. Here's Tuccia, not a good runner, but he makes a nice move and gets the shot away. It's just wide. 2 of the MISL's elder statesmen in that battle. Val Tuccia at 35 and Julie V at 36. And Tuccia won it in the sense that he got the shot, but Julie V will take some solace in the fact that Tuccia didn't score. Power play continues. Here's Quinn on the left. Cross for Segota. Has to play it off the bounce. Drop pass for Perez. Hugo will leave it for Wilrich. Sockers need a shot. Segota into the penalty area for V. Turns it around. Trying to get the shot away. He's brought down in the penalty area. This could be a foul at the top of the penalty area. Julie V wants a penalty kick. But it will be a free kick and a foul against Tacoma. The free kick coming from 30 feet out. Segota stands over the ball. Power play continuing. Bronco to Perez, and he shoots it wide. Rebound, Wilrich knocking it down, but it's blocked by Blasingame. 2 seconds in the power play. Another shot. It's wide. Teams at even strength as Perez takes a shot and is blocked again. And now a foul, San Diego. They call a handball against Hugo Perez. So both teams have been stopped on a power play opportunity. But the Stars have also scored a power play goal. It remains tied at a goal as the teams are back at even strength now. 13:24 left here in the second period. We are live on the simulcast here on the Prime Ticket Network and KLZZ. We hope you're enjoying it tonight. Peter Moblik in the Tacoma goal. They're now defending the net to our left. Gives it away in midfield. Quinn knocks it down for Hugo Perez. Back across for Hugo. Makes a move to go around Jungle. Gets it over to Quinn on the left. Back across far side for Crow. Crow doesn't see an opening. Goes all the way to the red line for Schmetzer. And he's forced to play it back into midfield for Quinn. Sockers played with tremendous intensity last time out against St. Louis. Here's Perez with a shot. He just missed. On the rebound, it sails wide of the goal coming off a Tacoma player. Here's Perez again along the near wall. Gets it away from traffic. Knocks it to the far boards. Looking for Namdar. Cha-Cha able to get it down out of the air to Ladouceur. He plays it back for Perez. Here's Hugo across the line. Plays it right on goal with the side of the left foot. And Moblik with the save. He'll roll it to his right for Preki. Sockers coming off a victory their last time out over the St. Louis Steamers. That was on the weekend back in the Sports Arena. Sockers winning 7-3 and looking very sharp. Maybe one of the best games they played this year. Jungle back out along the wing. This is Jerry Gray. Over to the right side of the attacking zone now for Preki. Preki with lots of defenders around him. Tries to get it through to the left point for Ralph Black. That's blocked. And it's played back for Jim Dorsey. Sockers are trying to get organized as both teams change on the run. Tied at 1. And we're in the second period. A very interesting halftime show coming up, we think. Lots of news from around the MISL, including news on the All-Stars. Announced today for the Western team. Schmetzer out of midfield. Tries to get a pass on the right side for Katakalidis, but Ralph Black heads that back to the goalkeeper, Moblik. Faces Waters. Across for Ralph Black again. Black out of San Bruno, California. Now in his 6th year in the MISL and only 23 years of age. What a future he has. And again, he's having such a good year, according to Tacoma Stars officials at least. Black coming in with 14 points, but he also had 47 blocks. Here's Namdar. Over to Crow as the Sockers have possession again in midfield. This is a big, wide field here in Tacoma. 200 feet long, according to their media guide. 85 feet wide. And that's a good 5 yards wider, or 5 feet wider than most buildings in the league. Stars with it in their own zone. Still tied at 1. It's played to midfield for Godfrey Ingram, but Namdar with a good pressure job in midfield does what he's to do out there for the most part, and that's win the ball back when the Sockers lose it. He and Ladouceur both used in that type of takeaway role. Executing there very well. Here's Schmetzer up to center. This is Tim Bartrow out of the Pacific Northwest area in only his 2nd game back with the Sockers since signing last week. Stopped on his way down the right wing, and Moblik will control it again for Tacoma. This is Ralph Black up for Blasingame. And again, Julie V up to forecheck forces Moblik to control play again, and now he'll boot it up the right wing looking for Jungle. The pass right there for Steve. Forced off the ball by Hermes. Let the Stars win it again. Here's Ingram as the Stars flood the zone. Left side, Jerry Gray, a shot that came off the wall in front. Hermes with the block. It was Seco actually with the shot. He has it again in that corner. Seco double teamed by Clavillo and Katakalidis. Katakalidis comes in and they call a foul, San Diego. And Katakalidis is questioning Gino DiPolito as to why the whistle, but they get it. On our old Del Mar Cafe scoreboard, still a 1-1 tie here in the second period, live at the Tacoma Dome. Jungle on the free kick from the far side out to Ralph Black. He's pressured by Katakalidis. Makes a nice pivot to get away from George for a moment. Now Katakalidis commits another foul. So the Sockers quickly up to 3 fouls, and we are barely 5.5 minutes into this second period. Sockers did take a penalty for the 6th foul, as you recall, in that first period, and gave up the power play goal that went along with it. Here's Seco looking for Jungle up front, but he's off the mark with the pass. Clavilla will get it to Bartrow. Tim Bartrow now into the attacking zone, left wing side. Uses Segota at the red line. Back through for Bartrow. A lot of men around him. Back to Segota, now up the wall for Clavilla. Fernando in front for Perez, but the return pass for Clavilla doesn't get there. Stars knock it back to the goalkeeper. Here's Seco. Nice pass for Ingram. He's got Val Tucha on the right. At the far post is Heel, but the shot is blocked by Quinn. Good thing for the Sockers because Heel was barreling in on that far post side. Here's Segota. Counterattack San Diego. Rolling it ahead. Shot taken, but stopped by Peter Modlik as Quinn tried to work it in front for Perez, but didn't get enough on that bouncing pass. And the Stars stop a very sharp-looking counterattack by the Sockers. Modlik now with the punt from his own penalty area. Drops to Hermes. He heads it along the near wall to center for Crow. Still a 1-1 tie. We're live in Tacoma, just south of Seattle, Washington. And quickly making a name for itself with this tremendous indoor soccer team and the crowds they're drawing here. Ladouceur trying to get it away from Black, but he can't. Now it's Waters up to center for Jungle. Last man back is Kevin Crow. Jungle holds it up on that wing. Goes down. And Jungle is limping back over to the Tacoma bench. Sockers have possession. It's Quinn. There was no foul on the play. Quinn over to the right for Perez, and Jungle getting some treatment now on the Tacoma bench. He's been playing with an arthritic hip and even talked, I think, tongue-in-cheek about retiring just before the game against Kansas City. Then he went out and scored 6 goals against the Comets. We have a foul in the left corner of the San Diego attacking third, and it's against the Stars. This will be a good free kick chance for the Sockers deep in Tacoma territory. Black, as we mentioned, having an outstanding year. He's the Stars' top-scoring defender right now with 14 points, but Fernando Clavilla having a somewhat better season from the standpoint of top defensive scorer for San Diego. Not a whole lot better with 15 points, but a little. The free kick, nothing happening for the Sockers, and now a pushing foul by Gene Wilrich against Jerry Gray in midfield.
Number 15, Gene Wilrich, free kick for the Sockers.
Wilrich is having a good start to this season. Checks in among the top 20 league scorers, Wilrich does, with 28 points going into tonight's action. Down to 7:20 remaining in the first half. Still a 1-1 tie, and Mobley. A mental mistake as he chips it over to the near side wall for San Diego. Kick in. It's 1-1 here at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. And we'll be back on the simulcast. The Sports Arena swap meet scoreboard of 1-1 tie here in Tacoma. And we want to remind you that the Sockers are teaming up with Eric London Waterfront Promotions on a great event called Cruise with the Sockers to benefit the Children's Hospital. Wednesday, February 25th, Sockers are inviting fans aboard the showboat to enjoy a 2.5-hour cruise with the players, complete with cocktails, dancing, and hors d'oeuvres. Space is limited on the showboat, so make your reservations early. Call the Sockers office at 224-GOAL during business hours and help benefit Children's Hospital. Kick in San Diego now with 7:20 left in the second period. Brian Schmetzer standing over the ball near side in the attacking zone. Plays it along the boards for Julie V. A lob pass into the penalty area. Wilrich ran past it. Headed back in for him, but Modlik will grab it with Wilrich right in front of the Tacoma goal. Hard to determine just who has the momentum right now. Last goal scored in this game by the Stars on the power play. And that was back in the first period. Here's Blasingame on the right side. Shot with the left foot as he fooled me. Blocked by Schmetzer. It'll come to center for Julie V. Now to the red line. V holding it up, waiting for teammates. Cuts it to the right side and played it for Schmetzer, who was coming away from those far boards, and the Stars will get it back. Sockers trying to win it up at the red line. They do. Here's Schmetzer with Wilrich. Pass to Gene. On his left foot. Cuts it right side. Namdar a shot, and that's high off to the left side. Rebound along the near boards. Wilrich gets it from Preki. Over for Namdar. They collide, Wilrich and Namdar do. Chacha staying with it, though. Knocks it into the corner. Stars trying to get it out. Sockers all around them, but they finally work it to Gary Heel. Boy, Wilrich and Namdar ran into each other. Otherwise, a good chance in front of the goal. Back comes Preki the other way. Good ball in for Gary Heel, but Clavillo stops it on a dime in front of the penalty area. That was a lovely pass by Preki. Back come the Sockers to midfield. It's Levy serve. Game tied at 1. Clavillo on the run across the line. To the right for Hugo Perez. Cuts it inside. Shoots wide. Rebound for Clavillo in front, but it ricocheted off his leg. Here's Perez again. On the right wing. Gets it over to the left foot. Shoots it wide again, and the rebound will come out to Preki. Boy, when Perez gets those shots on the net, they are tough to stop, but he's having trouble finding that area. The width of the Tacoma goal. Not too wide across. Here is Joe Waters over to the far side for Ralph Black. Still 1-1 here live at the Tacoma Dome on the simulcast. As we mentioned, lots of action around the MISL tonight. We will be bringing you up to date. We have some final scores in now. Chicago's winning streak has ended. Here come the Stars. Here's Preki. And he tries to get it in front for Jungle. Preki now back in front for Jungle, and it's just tipped away by Levy serve. Quinn deep in his own zone uses the boards to get it in front of the goal for Crow, and now it's back for Gorsuch. You saw a flash of that score. Cleveland beating the Chicago Sting tonight 8-5, and that ends the Sting's 7-game winning streak. But what a run they went on, lifting themselves to the 500 level, all since Eric Geyer took over as head coach from Willie Roy. Here in Tacoma, it's 1-1 as we're under 5 minutes left in the second period of play. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk about some of the things you've read about recently involving the Tacoma Stars, allegations of salary cap violations, tampering, and more, all coming up at halftime. John Best, the president of the Stars, will respond. Now we have a foul, and it'll be against the Sockers' Julie B. And now San Diego back at the limit of 5 fouls, and they have a good 4 minutes and change to go before getting out of the period. So they are on the brink again of another penalty. Here's Seco for Tacoma. He gets to center, plays it up for Makeson. Now over to Fran O'Brien, on for one of the few times tonight thus far. I think it might be his first shift. He played a bad ball behind Black first time out. Stars recover, however, and Black has it again on the right side of his defensive third. Kevin Crow and Gary Heel have the goals in this game. Heel with a bicycle kick in midfield, drops down to Ralph Black. He heads it forward. Crow goes in with a high left leg. They will call a foul, and it'll be against Kevin Crow, or will it? No, it'll be against Ralph Black of the Stars. The foul goes the other way. And that's the third against the Stars. If that's foul San Diego, it's power play time again for Tacoma. But the call is against the Stars. Now it's to center. Here's Tim Bartrow. Turns, makes his run downfield, plays it to Segota, a little front of Bronco, and Neil Makeson will get position and clear it back to the goalkeeper. Bartrow went to Federal Way High right here in Tacoma, born in Honolulu, Hawaii. He holds the distinction of being the only MISL player to do that. Now Segota away from the play, threw an elbow at Ralph Black in midfield and gets not a foul, but a 2-minute penalty. And that's devastating because it puts the Sockers in a shorthanded situation with 5 fouls as well. We will take a break here at the Tacoma Dome on the simulcast on our Old Del Mar Cafe scoreboard. A 1-1 tie. Perusing his penalty-killing charts as Bronco Segota, who's now tied with Julie V in penalty minutes on the team with 14, goes off for elbowing. Here's the power play for Tacoma, and right off the bat, the Sockers take the 6th foul. Chacha Namdar knocking down Gary Heel in front of the penalty area, and that will be another San Diego penalty. Oh, my goodness, what an inopportune time to take a foul when you're down by a man and right in front of your own goal. So now the Sockers will be short by 2 men. Namdar doesn't like the call. Makeson miskicked, and there should be no foul. Oh, boy. That was Gary Heel, I should say. Heel hit the turf. If you watch this on Pride Tick, you could see as he was trying to kick, he hit the turf and stumbled. And that's why he fell. But it's difficult for the officials sometimes to see that. They call a foul, and now a 2-man advantage for Tacoma. Crow, Clavillo, and Namdar, the only Sockers out there. And Preki hits the crossbar right from the free kick and drops down into the penalty area. Crow has it, and he's pushed from behind by Gary Heel. Boy, that one looked like it was in and out. Preki let it go with the left foot, and it hit the crossbar and came right back down at the right post. That was almost a 2-1 Tacoma lead. Difficult to see from our angle if it dropped behind the line, but I doubt it very much, considering the way it came out after it hit the ground. Here's Gorsuch now, and he can throw over 3 lines, and he does. Gets it up to Wilrich. Taken away from him, though, by Jungle. And the Stars will quickly work it back downfield. Sockers on a 2-man disadvantage situation here as we're late in the second period. The score tied at 1. This is Preki at the far board side over to Ralph Black. Black to Jungle. Steve over to Black. He's got a lane. Shoots, but is blocked by Namdar. Rebound to Jungle. A minute 11 left in the first penalty. Jungle back over to Black. He's got Preki in the corner, works it back to Jungle. Steve winds up far post and score. And it's Gary Heel again, his second goal tonight. Made that number 7 against the Sockers this season for Heel. He's a one-man show. 9th power play goal of the year for Gary Heel, and the Sockers open up, or the Stars do, I should say, a 2-1 lead. And this one was textbook stuff. Jungle from the right side of the penalty area and through the legs of Namdar. The Heel at the far post. Seville just left enough lane there for the ball to get through. A nice soft touch on the pass, I thought, by Jungle. Not too hard for the man at the back post to control, and that's the key on that play. And Jungle is the master. So it's 2-1 now, and the Sockers are going to be shorthanded through another minute 11. Jungle now with 38 points on the year, and he started slowly and has been hurting this year, but I'll tell you, after the 6 goals the other night, he quickly got back into the thick of things, and now the Sockers take a timeout to try and settle things down a little bit as they have to kill off another minute 6 of this penalty, being served by Julie V for the 6th foul. Newman obviously not happy with the calls tonight. They have certainly not gone his way. I thought he got a lot of calls his way in the game the other night when St. Louis picked up 2 6-foul penalties in the same period, but it's turning around the other way for the Sockers tonight, at least so far. 2 power play goals for Tacoma, and they lead 2-1.
The First Presbyterian Church.
Well, the MISL All-Star Game is coming up, and believe it or not, it is 2 weeks from tonight. Wednesday, February 11th, 8 o'clock kickoff at the Forum in Los Angeles. It is going to be a fabulous contest. They have reportedly sold over 14,000 tickets for the All-Star Game in L.A. Some of the best players ever to play indoor soccer will be there. Jungle, who you see tonight, Preki, Segota, Quinn, and many more. And we'll elaborate on the All-Star selections at halftime tonight. Tickets still available for the game. You can call the Lasers directly in Los Angeles at 419-3179 or Ticketmaster at 480-3230. Or if you're in the San Diego area, you can contact the Sockers at 224-GOAL and arrange for transportation and tickets to the game at the Forum. All-Star Steve Jungle, a forward, and I would suspect that he led all forwards among voting in the West. And he'll be teamed up with Bronco Segota, Sockers forward, who is over on the San Diego bench right now, as the Sockers are killing the penalty. But Segota will come out on shorthanded situations if the Sockers get the ball down in the attacking third. So the Sockers have used up their timeout allotted in the half. And Ron Newman will keep his fingers crossed that this Tacoma power play doesn't strike twice in the same span. Quinn with a steal at the side. Nearly scored a short-handed goal for the Sockers. Has to race back now, though, as Jungle brings it forward. He plays it to the far board side as the Stars were in the middle of a change. At the left point, it's Black. On the boards of the attacking zone now, far side. Preki plays it out for Jungle. A minute 50 to go in the period. Jungle, nice move now, pushes it to the far boards. Preki trying to keep it alive, gave it away to Namdar. Here's Cha-Cha with Quinn. They're 2-on-1, but Ingram coming in from behind. Namdar holds it up, still with it, trying to side-foot it over to Clavio. He does get it there. Now Crow will put it all the way back for Gorsuch. 15 to go in the power play. Sockers with a chance here to run out the power play clock. And now here's Quinn in midfield. They get Segota on the field right side. Quinney to the near boards, leaves it for Clavillo. Fernando will try and get it to Segota in the corner. You can be sure he does. Segota in front, trying to cut it back. Here's B, a shot. Oh, and he missed a great chance. Rebound off the glass by Clavillo. Another chance, and he kicks it out of play. How did Julie B miss? He was wide open in front of the goal and hit a right footer way wide. Alan Hinton upset about something over on the Tacoma bench, but B just missed a glorious shorthanded chance. Segota with nice work at the side of the penalty area, set up Julie beautifully, and he just miskicked it. Bennett with his right foot away from the goal, and Clavillo with some good second effort kicks it out for goal kick Tacoma. What that did do, however, was kill off the rest of the Tacoma power play, so the Sockers are now back at full strength, but trailing 2-1. Segota, the leading scorer on the Sockers, but as you heard in our pregame show, unhappy about his contract situation and barring one more attempt to settle things with Bob Bell. Segota says he'll go into the free agent market next year, and if anybody wants him, they'll have to pay top buck, and he said that includes the Sockers. Here's Gary Heel in midfield. He has both Tacoma goals tonight, both of them on the power play, and the Stars lead this one after trailing early. We're late in the second period. Here's Heel again on the right side. Kevin Crow back defending. Gary trying to take it into the right corner, but it's stripped away by Crow. And now back over to the San Diego net. Here's V at midfield. Neat move. Got around Jerry Gray's 3-on-2 with Partro. Timmy backing in toward the goal. Gets it over to Segota. His shot. Oh, Moblick with the save. It's up in the air, and he'll grab it with Julie V right at the doorstep. Partro looked awkward, but made that pass to Segota. And Bronco got the shot away. Here's Tucha again. Where's he coming from breaking down that wing? He pushes off Kevin Crow. That'll be a foul against the Stars. And it comes with 9 seconds left in the half. It's their 5th, and I doubt if they'll take a 6th one right here. Segota will come to center with 3 seconds left. Shoots, and on the rebound, it drops wide of Julie V at the horn. So that's it for the first half of play. 2 power play goals for the Tacoma Stars, and that has been the difference here tonight. As we look at the scoring summary, Crow opened it up for the Sockers. Just a minute 5 in, and then Gary Heel. Back-to-back power play goals, one in the first and another in the second period. And after 2, it's the San Diego Sockers trailing the Tacoma Stars. Not only their rise to the top of the division and the league, but allegations of improprieties involving the salary cap instituted this year and of tampering allegations involving the Stars and the San Diego Sockers. First to the story of the salary cap, which was instituted this year at $1.275 million per team. It's been alleged around the league that the Stars are violating that salary cap, and there are some salary irregularities involved in the story. One involves Jerry Gray, the talented midfielder signed as a free agent here, reportedly earning $60,000 with the Stars this season after turning down a $90,000 plus offer from the Los Angeles Lasers and another better offer from the San Diego Sockers. The other player involved Preki, the talented Yugoslavian forward. Last year in his rookie season earning $35,000, but after a 41-goal rookie year, only a $20,000 raise to $55,000 this season, and he seemingly, by league standards, is underpaid as a forward. The other story, tampering, and that involves Bronco Segota of the Sockers and his former teammate and longtime friend Steve Jungle of the Tacoma Stars. Segota, as you may recall, turned down at the last moment a 6-year, $1.25 million deal the morning after talking with Steve Jungle about it on the phone. The league has no problem if they were talking as friends, but if Jungle was representing the Tacoma Stars in their talks, then there is a problem with the MISL as far as tampering is concerned. The man embroiled in the middle of all of this controversy is the president of the Tacoma Stars, John Best. We asked him about his feelings on the salary cap violation allegations, and are they violating it?
Well, first of all, an investigation, I suppose. What has occurred is that apparently there was speculation around the league. If indeed there is speculation, and I think it's appropriate that a commissioner would respond to that. The commissioner asked us to answer some questions, which we're happy to do. If indeed people are speculating and making allegations, then we will want to put whatever that is to rest. We absolutely are not in violation of any salary cap and do not believe we've done anything at all wrong.
John, how then can you explain, for instance, the irregularities that have been reported in some of the contract figures, and I'm specifically speaking in this case of Jerry Gray, who, according to reported figures, is accepting considerably less money to play here than he was offered in Los Angeles?
Well, I'd respond to it, Randy, is I think that is the type of question which causes the problems. It's based on a lack of information, a lack of knowledge, a lack of expertise in the industry. And if indeed the appropriate people have asked the question, which the Commissioner has, he's received the answers.
I spoke at length with Commissioner Bill Kentling just yesterday about these two issues, and he's very concerned about both of them, salary cap violations and possible tampering charges. He stresses no charges have been filed against the Tacoma Stars. This is simply an investigation. He is looking into the facts and has conducted interviews with the pertinent parties. However, Kentling did stress that if he would to find any team in the league in violation of both salary cap or tampering charges, he would come down on them very, very hard. Well, there is lots of other news around the MISL, and this of a more pleasant nature. The All-Star team from the West announced today, and both the San Diego Sockers and Los Angeles Lasers well represented, as are the Tacoma Stars, with Steve Jungle and Preki, two forwards who you'll see in L.A. at the All-Star game. In the midfield, Segota and Quinn, both of the Sockers, and they're turning into perennial players on that team. The defenders include Fernando Clavillo and Kevin Crowe of the Sockers, and the Lasers, Gus McAllis. Clavillo garnered the most votes of any player in All-Star voting. And in goal, a couple of Californians, Zoltan Toth of the Sockers and David Bursich of the Lasers. Sockers coach Ron Newman will head up the Western Division team. We have more coming here at halftime, including highlights from the Tacoma Dome. You're enjoying action on the Prime Ticket Network. Been scoring in this game, and it came off a corner kick. A nice setup by Julie V to Kevin Crowe, who has come on the last couple of weeks as a goal scorer. Kevin usually relied on to do the stopping in front of the goalkeepers, his third of the year, and the Sockers took the early lead, and you thought maybe set the pace here, but fouls really got them into trouble. The first Tacoma goal coming on a power play with the Sockers serving a 6-foul penalty. Gary Heel, who scored 4 goals the first time the teams met and won the second time, gets his 6th goal of the regular season series on the power play and tied the game at 1, his 22nd of the year, and he has been a tremendous scorer for the Stars this season. Then in the second period, again, the Sockers get into foul trouble, and it will be another 6-foul penalty that results in a 2-man disadvantage for San Diego. And with 2 men down, Steve Jungle threads the needle. A beautiful ball through the legs of Cha-Cha Namdar to Heel at the far post, and as he leans back, pushes it into the net past Jim Gorsuch, who really had little opportunity to stop that. And Heel has a couple of goals tonight, 23 on the year, and he's eaten the Sockers alive. 7 goals now in 2.5 games. Heel, of course, the former Socker, and there were even rumors that the Sockers may be dealing to try and get Gary Heel back. But for now, he is here with Tacoma, and they like him very much, as he's given the Stars both their goals tonight and really has given them a big edge over the Sockers in the regular season series so far with all his goals. Well, we already alluded to all-star selections. We showed you the West. Let's look at the East. They were announced yesterday, and of course they'll face the West in the All-Star game at Los Angeles on the 11th. The forwards, Kai Huskavy having a tremendous year for the Cleveland Force. Tattoo won the most votes in the Eastern Division, and he will start at forward for the East along with Valentine and Klopas. In the midfield, Batata, the former Laser, gets in along with some other good ones. Yusian from Minnesota will represent the Strikers. The defense looks like a very much Baltimore-oriented lineup with Chinipu, Savage, and Stankovic all representing the Blast. Chris White will be the lone representative from the New York Express, and looking at the goalkeepers, it'll be Chris Sobieski, who had a shutout the other night for Dallas, and the one and only Tino Lettieri. Alan Merrick for Minnesota will coach the Eastern team. Third period action coming up here on the upcoming third quarter. The San Diego Sockers will be playing for Tina Butler, tonight's contestant in the Sockers Power Play Weekend Contest. And if the Sockers score a power play goal here in the third period, Tina wins a weekend for 2 at the Viscount Hotel on beautiful Harbor Island in San Diego, and dinner for 2 at Doc Masters. If you'd like to enter our Power Play Weekend, please do. Just send us your name, address, and phone number to Power Play Weekend, care of the Sockers, 3500 Sports Arena Boulevard, San Diego, California, 92110. Sockers making their way back out onto the field. I'll tell you, if the Tacoma Stars had a power play weekend contest, somebody would be a double winner right now. That's been the result of both their goals, power play opportunities. And that's the difference tonight, with the Stars leading the Sockers by a goal. Still waiting for the Tacoma players to make their way out onto the field. And what a love affair they have here with the fans now. You know, it was just 2 seasons ago that you used to come here, and you'd be lucky if there was 4,000 or 5,000 people in this huge building, a cavernous dome when it's empty. But now they regularly pack the place. In fact, the last time these two teams met here, they had a regular season record crowd of 18,000. When the Sockers were here last year for the playoffs, an all-time record crowd of over 19,000. And that was regular season or playoffs, the largest crowd ever here in Tacoma. And they have really developed a love affair with the fans here in this area of the Pacific Northwest. A lot of people said that they wouldn't be able to do it, and that was based on the fact that they were expecting to draw a crowd from the Seattle area. But they haven't had to rely on Seattle. The people here in Tacoma have supported their local team, and I'll tell you, a winning record doesn't hurt. Looking at the other scores around the MISL on this Wednesday night, we gave you that Chicago final. They lose in Cleveland and end their winning streak. Double overtime. What a game. Dallas wins in Minnesota. And Moscow Dynamo experience MISL overtime. St. Louis at the arena in St. Louis, Missouri beats the Russians 6-5 in overtime. So the Russians have played 3 games in 3 nights. They'll get a little rest now and then continue their North American road trip. Don't forget Star Sands from the bench. He'll be going against the Russians February 8th at the Sports Arena in San Diego, and there are still tickets left for that one. Newman likes those international games. He thinks it's one of the keys to the future of indoor soccer, to get it spread around the world. And I don't mean indoor soccer FIFA style, which is played without boards and a slow ball, but MISL style, which is without doubt the best in the world. We're set for the third period now. The Sockers will defend the goal to our left for our radio listeners in Southern California. And they'll attack the goal to our right. Alan Hinton a little late getting out, and having some last-minute words with his group at the Tacoma Stars. In his second year here, of course, very well known in the Pacific Northwest after many seasons as a head coach of the Seattle Sounders, and before that, a player with the Vancouver Whitecaps, just 150 miles north up in Canada. And he is one of the class guys in the game and was one of the most tremendous midfield players in the outdoor game you'll ever see. The Old Fox is his name here. We're underway now in the third period. And the Sockers trail by a goal. And from the kickoff, they work it to the left wing for Hugo Perez. He'll chase it down, but it'll be Ralph Black back for the Stars, getting it. And Tacoma will now start out from their own end. Both teams of regular strength. All the penalties occurred in the second period, at least the most of them. Sockers giving up 2 power play goals, as we've mentioned. By the way, in that first half, a stat we shouldn't let go by. Sockers outshot Tacoma 19-9. But still trail. Here's Mobley from in his own zone to the near side of midfield for Preki. Blasingame breaks into the zone left wing side on the right. It's Jungle. Preki trying to work it for Jungle. Knocked away. Clavio has it for the Sockers. He's a speed burner. Works it up the left wing for Quinn, but it was behind him. Stolen there by Black. Preki lingered behind. He's deep in the zone on the right side, but Hermes steps in front, gets that away. And now Clavio will knock it up the wing for Juan Hermes. Blasingame takes it right back. Will make it Gray for Tacoma and clears it to Mobley. And now it's Joe Waters for Tacoma. We are early in the third period, live on the simulcast here at the Tacoma Dome. 2-1, the Stars lead it. And this is Gary Heel. Nice ball in front for Ralph Black. Corsic with a slide kick to knock it away, but a good ball by Preki. He's got wonderful passing skills. Now Quinn back the other way, plays it off the bounce. Came toward Wilrich, but it was cleared out of the Tacoma penalty area. Now it's Quinn along the near boards, laying it off at the right point for Kevin Crow. Crow through midfield for Perez.
Take on my man. Take on 19. Take on my man.
Team's changing on the right. There goes Perez. Works it to the open left side for Namdar. Cha-Cha out of the corner. Takes a shot. A dribbler as it hit a leg and nearly went to Perez, who may have kicked Peter Mavlik in the head. And Mavlik is holding his head, and Perez patted him on the back. And now Alan Hinton screaming from the Tacoma bench at Hugo Perez as no foul was called on the play. Tough to fault Perez there, I think, because of the ball deflecting at the last moment and really changing speed. Nonetheless, it could have been a real dangerous kick in that close near the goalkeeper's head. Play goes on. It's in midfield. Here's Ingram back on his defensive red line. And a collision on the line and a foul against Steve Jungle.
Number 7, Steve Jungle.
And into George Catacolita. Now the quick restart from the red line. It comes over to the right side of the attack zone for Schmetzer. Mavlik still holding the top of his head in the Tacoma penalty area. Here's Letty Surf on the left side. Thought about a shot. Now passes back for Namdar. Over to the right. Schmetzer. Back to the left side for Nanda. Cha-Cha winds up, shoots, and knocks it high to the right side. Schmetzer on the rebound, hits a volley way up high into the seats over the goal. And out of play for goal kick Tacoma.
Stars fans, check that lucky number on your roster card right now. If you got lucky number 2, 8, 3,
Alan Hinton
5, 6.
encouraging his players over on the Tacoma bench. Upset at that last sequence where Perez kicked Mavlik, and I can understand his concern about his goalkeeper, although they are switching goalkeepers here basically like the Sockers do now. Mavlik and Joe Papaleo. And Mavlik, busy man so far tonight with 10 saves. Papaleo has done a good job in goal for Tacoma this year as well, and works every other night, just like the Sockers do with Gorsick and Toe. Papaleo's goals against 4.05 and Mavlik's 4.03. So either way, you've got two solid keepers in there. Dondar, a header in midfield, drops down to Jerry Gray. Cha-Cha knocks it back into the defensive third again. Mason controls over to Tucha. This is Godfrey Ingram. Ingram coming over from Pittsburgh, where he played last year with the Spirit, now his 4th year in the league. Ball to center. This is Gray. Let's see what he can do up at the line. Nice pass to Ingram. He fell down or was knocked down after the pass. Here's Ingram through for Jungle. Can't get a shot, and it'll bounce to Gorsick on the rebound. He'll roll it up the right side for Katakalitis. He has Segota and Quinn. Katakalitis rolling it for Bronco. The drop pass for Katakalitis hit Gray, and it's cleared back to the goalkeeper, Mavlik. Here's Megson now. He's from Portland, just down the trail, another 150 miles or so, Megson. He'll lose it. Sockers will get it back. Here's V to Segota. Bronco on his way down the left side. Megson gets to it, but it'll bounce back to Bronco. Double teamed in the corner. Segota trying to work it out. Now, going down is now Tucha.
Foul on number 20, Bronco Segota. Free kick for the Stars.
We've played 4 minutes of this third period. We're live in Tacoma. And it's 2-1 for the Stars over the Sockers. And this is the third meeting between these Western Division rivals. These are the number 1 and 2 teams in this division. Sockers, however, 6 games back. Stars working the center for Gary Wheel. Now a nice play by Preki, and again that great passing touch to Seco. He'll wind it up. Gorsick with the block, gave up a rebound, but Crow was there. Now the roll pass for Segota. Seco in from behind on Bronco. Segota still with it. Up to the line, and his pass knocked away by Valtucha. Trying to get it to Crow. Preki will take it back to the Stars in his own zone. He nearly gave it away to Quinn. Now it does come loose to Julie D in front. We have a whistle. Foul against the Sockers. And that's the second foul of the period against San Diego.
Foul number 14, Ryan Quinn. Free kick for the Stars.
Now the PA announcer here says it's against
Reminder
Quinn.
fans, the February 15th game will kick off at a special time when the Stars host the Chicago Sting at 3:35
Here's the free kick. Neil makes it.
February 15th, the Stars
From his own line up to Preki. Hermes with a dangerous left foot kick. Hit Preki up near the chest. They don't call it. And Hermes trying to play it back for Gorsick. It's loose at the side of the penalty area. Jungle has it. Over to Seco. Back for Steve Jungle. He'll shoot it wide. The rebound will go to Crow. And let's see. Will he get it back to Gorsick? Yes, he finally does. Some dangerous moments around the San Diego penalty area. Sockers change on the run. Perez comes on, takes the pass at center. Hits it over to Brian Quinn. Quinn has Perez going forward toward the penalty area. Quinn faking a shot. Now drops a heel pass for Kevin Crow. Crow in the high slot. Leaves it for Wilrich. Gene has a look. Winds up. Drops a heel ball for Quinn. He'll run onto it. Has to chip it into the corner. Perez will get the rebound. Moves wide to the left perimeter of the field. Trying to get the angle for the shot. Gets it on goal. Mavlik with the save. Seco battling in the corner. And Perez will draw the foul. And it'll be against Tacoma. Teams at 2 fouls each. Perez now with a free kick deep in Tacoma territory. About 25 feet out from the goal. Makes it off the wall in front for Quinn. Swiped out of there by Megson. Back in the slot for Wilrich. Ahead to Quinn. And he'll be forced to knock it back to midfield. Still 2-1 Tacoma. No scoring so far here in the third period. Perez, a neat move. Does a 180 to get away from Seco. Good give and go with Wilrich. Back to Gene at the side. Takes a shot that hits Black. Bounces off the top of the glass at the far boards. Perez sticks a high kick in. Goes to the far boards. Wilrich after it. Collided with Black. No foul. Another Tacoma player down in the corner. Now on the boards, it's Black for the Stars. Trying to get it out. He's double teamed. Works it off the boards to Jungle. He's taken down from behind by Quinn in the foul. Foul against Wilrich, and against San Diego, and the action getting heated here in the second half. Sockers are halfway to a 6-foul penalty again, and they're not halfway through the period. This is Fran O'Brien from Ireland. There's number 24 for the Tacoma Stars. Or number 20, I should say. Here's Jungle. Has O'Brien back at the point. He was the captain of the Stars to start the season, O'Brien was, but he's not anymore. Here's Bartrow trying to play some defense in his own zone. Makes a nice play to kick it away from the attacker Blasingame. Here's Clavillo coming back the other way for San Diego. Moves toward the goal. Trying to get it back for Catacolitis. He does. Now over to Hermes up at the line. Back to Bartrow at the far board. Timmy plays it off the far boards in for Clavillo. He's triple team. Back to the point for Bartrow. Now Wilrich takes it at center. Bartrow trying to knock it in. Hit Blasingame with it. Drops down to center for Wilrich. Back to Bartrow to the near wall for Hermes. Sockers patiently trying to get something going here. Catacolitis in the corner. Scoops it out. Comes back to the point for Hermes. He'll wind it up. A spinning ball and a shot that was easily blocked by Bill Crook on his first shift of the game. Hitting waiting until the second half to get a fresh defender out there. A good idea. Some new legs. Crook plays it back toward the Tacoma bench, then goes off as they make a wholesale change. And now Gray will start out from midfield. Gray across the line. He's got Heel with him. Heel into the corner. Trying to get past Crow, but Kevin does a good job. Takes it away from Heel. Now Julie V will knock it out of the corner up for Namdar. 7:18 left in the period as the Sockers break forward. Here's Segota on the left wing. Shutout so far tonight. Bronco drops it back to the line for Julie V. Across for Namdar. Chacha lets it roll past, then gets it into the corner for Crow. Back out for Namdar on the left point. Across for Hermes. Wide to Julie V in the slot. And V will slow it up. Over to the far boards for Crow. Now in the corner for Namdar. Quickly, two Tacoma players rush in. Ball out along the boards to Crow. Back to center for Hermes. Sockers playing keep away here, but not creating much offense. A chip at the goal, and Hermes was trying to get it up high for Julie V, but couldn't reach, or actually hit it too far. Moblik with an easy save there, and now Tucha starts out. Up for Heel at the red line. He has both Tacoma goals. Sockers in the middle of a change right in front of their own bench. Heel has it taken away by Namdar, or by Catacolitis, I should say. He just stepped off the bench and stole it. Here's Quinn at center. To the red line for Catacolitis with 6:18 to go. Ball played in for Quinn. Back for Segota. In on goal and a shot blocked again. And Segota is not reaching net with his shot.
Great block, buddy.
Ball out of play, and we will take a break here on the Prime Ticket Network. On our Kobe Sports Arena Swap Meet scoreboard. Vic and crew welcome you back to the Tacoma Dome. We are live with the Sockers trailing the Tacoma Stars 2-1. Now let's pause for a moment so that our stations can identify themselves.
You're watching the Prime Ticket Television Network. Prime Ticket seen on great cable systems like Communicom, serving Venice and West Los Angeles. Prime Ticket in a league by itself.
Kick in San Diego as the Stars young fans looks on here at the Tacoma Dome. We haven't had an official crowd count yet, but we expect it to be around 15,000. Kick in from the near boards, and Clavillo will play it in front for Quinn. He turned the wrong way, and otherwise he has a good chance to tie this one up. But Moblik has it for Tacoma in the penalty area. Rolls it out right side, and now up for Ingram at the red line. He hits it against the flow of traffic. Comes back to Moblik. Now back out right side for Megson. Again to Ingram at center. Seco. And he spells that C-I-C-O. Works it up the left side for Jungle, now in the attack zone. Steve with an assist on what is now the margin of difference, the 2-1 goal. Stars have to play it back for Moblik as Schmetzer was playing some good defense on Steve Jungle. It comes back for Jungle, and again he's one-on-one with Schmetzer. He got by him. Here's Jungle in on goal. He hit the crossbar. He had Gorsuch beaten, but he went upstairs with it, tried to roof it, but hit the woodwork. Back it comes to center. Here's a counterattack. Perez with Segota. Hugo, a shot that deflects wide. The rebound headed by Quinn out of play. And again, the Sockers come back after a great scoring chance by Tacoma at one end with a wonderful opportunity of their own, but unable to connect. And Quinn with an opportunity there on a header, but it just went over the boards. Gorsuch, though, tested there by Jungle. And I'll tell you, Steve missed by inches as he got past Schmetzer and then lifted it and hit the crossbar. And then right down at the other end, Perez let a bullet go that changed directions and just missed hitting the post down at the other end. Good sequence there, but we're still 2-1 Tacoma. Playing it on to the right. He'll do this to try and get back to the goalkeeper so he can pick up. He's left-handed, Mobley. Lobs it into midfield. It got past Hermes. Guess who's there? Preki. But he has it taken away. Now the Stars take it right back. Hermes comes in, wallops it, getting it past Ralph Black, but it'll drift back into that Tacoma zone again. Up to center, here's Gary Heel. He'll bump it back for Mobley. Waters under pressure from Wilrich. It's a nice pass to Blasingame. Namdar pressuring him. Blasingame will take it into the zone down the right side. He's fast. Goes into that corner. Tries to pivot away from Crow. Namdar is there to help out. Now he can't pass to Gorsick and puts it in front of his own net where Preki nearly had a clear look at goal. Hermes got a foot to it at the last moment. Here's Perez. Back the other way. Ahead for Quinn, and he reached for it, or Wilrich, I should say, but fell down before he could get it. Rolls to Mobley. Now down to 4:15 in the third period. It's been a scoreless second half. Stars with it in midfield. This is Black. Jungle now hitting it to center for Gray. That's not the way. Now Preki down the left side. Shot Gorsick with a hand on it. That's all. He could barely see that one and knocks it out for corner kick. We break here from Tacoma on the old Del Mar Cafe scoreboard. 2-1. Cast from Tacoma. Corner kick. Stars. Jungle over the ball into the penalty area and past Jerry Gray. This is Preki still battling for it for Tacoma. Gets it free. Gray now to the left side. He's got Black with some room. Shot and a pass. Really for Jungle. Never got there. Schmetzer got in front of it, and now the Sockers will break out again from midfield. It's Quinn. He lost it to Gray. Good job by Tacoma in midfield, pressuring the San Diego ball carrier. Shot by Preki, deflected wide. It sails over the head of Jungle. Julie V trying to control it, does. Gets it out to his own red line. Ahead now to Clavillo on the right side. Wilrich and V head for net. Here's Clavillo across the line ahead for Julie V. He'll play it off the wall and on goal. Mobley cut it off at the short side. In comes Clavillo to tow it into the corner. V rolls it along the far point and now into the high slot. Julie, nice ball to Quinn. He's got Wilrich in front, and he collides with Black at the moment of impact with ball and foot, and the ball goes out of play.
Reminder, Stars fans.
That pass by Quinn in for Wilrich, a little high. It was about hip high, a little tough for Gene to bring down, especially with the defender crashing in. Quinn sat out a half dozen games with injuries early in the year. That's why the point totals are down. Only 10 so far this year. Last year, 53. As we near the halfway mark, so Quinn is certainly off his pace of a year ago, but of course last season he did not have the kind of injury he did this year. Mobley getting set for the goal kick down into Tacoma. Goal to our right. Still 2-1 Stars as we tick down to 3 minutes left to go in this third period of play. A lob pass to center. Heel one touches it, but Crow gets in front. Clears it back for Jim Gorsick. Sockers will play at home Friday night against Kansas City. The Comets are on a 7-game losing streak. That's the second longest in their history. Believe it or not, they lost 14 in a row back in 81-82. Leduc with a chance, but he's tracked down from behind by the hard-working Seco. Now a nice feed by Mobley up the point for Gary Heel. Here's Ingram, beat Hermes momentarily, but Wad did a nice job recovering. Gets it back for Gorsick. Comets will have a tough couple of games. San Diego Friday night, and then in Los Angeles to play the Lasers Saturday. And as we mentioned in our pregame show, if you missed it, Peter Wall relieved as head coach of the Lasers today, and unless they sign someone before Saturday, it'll be assistant coach Mike Mahoney behind the bench. Foul against Namdar as he threw a hip check at Maltucha. Looked pretty deliberate. Surprised he didn't take 2 minutes there. I'm equally surprised that 140-pound Chacha Namdar could send 175-pound Valtucha so violently tumbling. But he did. Sockers with a steal in front of their goal. Here's Herman. He'll come to center. He's got men all around him. He'll use Segota on the left side. Bronco trying to beat Seco. Gets some room. Gets the shot away. And again, it's blocked. Segota's got to be very frustrated. He's frustrated. His shots just aren't reaching the net. Down to a minute 40 in the period. Gorsick will pick up. Toss to Bronco again at center. Segota has Quinn with him. Tries to get it in for Bryan. Bounces toward goal. Quinn in hard against Moblik. That's going to be another San Diego foul. That'll be their fifth. And Quinn is hurt. Brian Quinn colliding with Peter Moblik on the play. Sockers are arguing the call. They feel it should have been a foul against Peter Moblik. It was a 50-50 ball, it seemed. Moblik grabbed it and then landed outside the penalty area. But as long as he grabbed it while he was inside the penalty area, or at least an imaginary line that extends from the perimeter of the penalty area, he's not called for handling it outside, and they don't call that. They do call the foul against Quinn. So the Sockers are a foul away again from another 6-foul penalty. That would be one in each of the 3 periods so far. There's a minute 28 left in the period. And if you want a good dead ball situation, this is it. As we look at our Kobe Sports Arena swap meet scoreboard, Stars with the 1-goal lead, 2-1. When you're in this deep, it's a great opportunity to score. And the Stars have shown that their dead ball plays are pretty crafty. And Alan Hinton has a lot to do with that. Boy, his corner kicks in the old outdoor days of the NASL were like guaranteed goals. If you followed that league, there were a couple of players for Vancouver. One, Kevin Hector, who traditionally was their leading scorer, and almost every time Hinton would take a corner kick, Hector would put it in the net. That was a great combination. Stars have it now in their own zone. Would have been a great free kick chance for the Sockers if that foul had gone the other way. Here's Black. And he'll play it back for Moblik now. Sockers playing rather cautiously to be certain with that one foul remaining before they take another penalty. Here's Seco at center. Pushed off by Tim Bartrow, and Bartrow will play it to Gorsick. Jimmy, a dangerous ball intercepted by Jungle, who tried to get it forward for Prunky, but it went too far. Now Gorsick has to find the ball in the midst of some legs, but does get it upfield to Bartrow. Here's Bartrow on the right side. Good stutter step move, and then he's tripped up by Jerry Gray. No foul. They work it to center for Prunky. He's one-on-one with Schmetzer, and out comes Gorsick to smother the ball at the front of the penalty area. 30 seconds in the period. Here's Perez, and he'll make a neat move to get around Prunky. Stars are only at 2 fouls. Here's a nice ball in for Bartrow. Couldn't adjust fast enough to shoot. Gets it back for Perez. Hugo will let a left-footer go. It's blocked by Mason. Boy, Tacoma's defenders doing such a job getting in front of those shots. Here's Segota in the corner with 14 to go. To the boards. This is Bartrow. Sets it up for Schmetzer. He'll wind up and shoot, and again it's blocked. Prunky was hanging in midfield. He'll pick it up. One-on-one against Pro. He's a deceptive runner. Prunky on the right side at the buzzer. And won't get the shot. Great defense by the Stars in front of Peter Moblik. Time to take a break at the end of 3 periods. 1,000 per game. What a turnaround this franchise has made in the past 2 seasons. Well, our next MISL game coming up here on Prime Ticket should be an interesting one. The Chicago Sting against the Los Angeles Lasers. That's this Sunday at the Forum, a 5:50 pregame show here on Prime Ticket on Sunday afternoon. Who will the Lasers coach be? Well, it won't be Peter Wall, who was dismissed today after starting the season with a 4-16 record, or make that 6-14 record with the Lasers. The Sting had their 7-game winning streak ended tonight. Our next Sockers game on the Prime Ticket Network will be next Tuesday night, 6 days from tonight, when the Sockers are in Dallas. That's Tuesday the 3rd, and we will be 7:30 from Dallas here on the simulcast. Peter Moblik defends the goal to our left to start this 4th period of play. Only 10 saves, so he didn't make any, I guess, in that 3rd period. Down at the other end, Jim Gorsick a little busier in that 3rd period, but fewer saves on the night. He's made 7. Now it's crunch time, a 2-1 game, and we start the 4th period, but a whistle right from the kickoff. And now they will start over again and put a second on the clock. As As we mentioned, Tacoma 11-0 this year in one-goal games. So the Sockers only 4-8 from the kickoff. Blasingame kicks it off a San Diego player out of play. And Hinton has to be a heavy favorite at this point in the season for Coach of the Year. He's taken a team that was mediocre last year until the playoffs when they really caught fire and turned them into a division leader, a runaway leader. Ron Newman trying to figure out how to stay above 500. Now we have a ball out of play again. This time it'll go to San Diego. Yes, it will go to San Diego. General didn't like the call. Sockers 11-10 coming into tonight, and they have had nothing longer than a 2-game winning streak all year. They've been unable to put a lot of back-to-back wins together. It's been win-loss, win-loss for the better part of the last 2 months. Here's Gorsuch now at the front of the San Diego penalty area. He'll fire a fastball to Julie V up near the red line. Joe Waters, a good job stepping in front to knock it loose. This is Ingram back on the near wall for it. It comes loose to Tuchek. Bill Crook, another brief appearance. Plays it back for Blasingame. Now it's back to Waters at the red line. Over on the right side for Tuchek. Sockers trying to contain Tacoma within the red lines and doing a good job of it over the last minute or so. Tuchek now up for Gary Heel. Right up from behind is Hermes. Back to the red line. And they try and center it for Godfrey Ingram now. He's got it. And the Sockers will get possession back as Julie V has it in midfield. How did he lose it there? Godfrey Ingram with some nifty footwork. And then Namdar coming in from behind trips up Ingram. And that's the first foul of this fourth period. It comes 58 seconds in. Namdar scored a real pretty goal the other night against the St. Louis Steamers. Cha-Cha comes into tonight's affair with a total of 3 goals on the year. Here's Heel, who has 23. To midfield for Blasingame. Here come the Stars trying to open up a 2-goal lead. His shot wide. Namdar will head it back for Jim Gorsuch. Now the pass to center for Wilrich. Knocked away by Tuchek, but Deal get it back up for Wilrich. He tries to play it by Greg Blasingame. But Blasingame got position, slid it across for Ralph Black. Black up to center for Gary Heel. Sockers changing on the right. Heel down the left side with Hermes. Watt will clear it back for Gorsuch. Good end-to-end play here to start the fourth period. These teams both well rested and playing with a lot of enthusiasm. A low-scoring game, but it's been exciting. Here's Tuchek. Across the red line, and he is upended there by Perez. And that'll be another San Diego foul, second of the period. You don't see the defenders dropping back so much in numbers between the red line and the goal. Where all the defending is being done, it seems, is in midfield. And I can't help but stress the Tacoma defenders getting in front of so many San Diego shots. A low-scoring game by MISL standards. The Stars, as a rule, scoring between 5 and 6 a game. Sockers on a pace where they score an average of about 4 a game this year, which is certainly below their average. Stars had too many men on the field, and now they will call it. Sockers have to scream to get it, and they get the penalty. And Alan Hinton is chewing out Bill Crook, who hardly gets on anyway, makes a bench change mistake, and now the Sockers are going to go on a power play. I tell you, Brian Quinn, Bronco Segota knew they were in the right there when they were screaming, and now Crook and Hinton are really having it out.
Bench foul called on the Stars for too many men on the field.
And Steve Jungle goes in there to mediate. Gary Heel is screaming from the field that the bench official didn't see it, and you know what? I suspect he might be right, because the call was very late. And it only came after the Sockers' Brian Quinn vehemently screamed from midfield that there were too many men on. Alan Hinton doesn't argue it. He just gave Bill Crook an earful. I'm surprised that Hinton got an earful back. On the power play tonight, Stars obviously with the advantage. They've scored twice. Both their goals on the man advantage. Sockers 0 for 1. Here comes San Diego's chance to tie. We're in the fourth period live on the simulcast. It's Wilrich in the attack zone with Segota, Perez, Hermes, and V. Watt from the left side. Tries to cut it in front for Julie V. It ricochets off a leg. Ralph Black will punt it all the way to the red line. Gorsuch chests it down there and bumps it forward for Wilrich. 12:40 left in regulation. Here's Segota, left point along the boards for Hermes. Watt makes a fake shot, sets it back for Segota. Bronco pushes it into the corner. Hermes through the crease. Nobody there to connect. Perez will bring it out back for Segota. Bronco to Hermes, sharp angle, tripped up by Tucha. Could be 2 minutes in some people's book, but they'll give a foul. If there wasn't a power play already, I suspect that would have been 2 minutes, but the officials seem to be reluctant to call the second penalty. Tucha really stuck the right leg in rather dangerously. Hermes out to V, his shot wide. Hermes will score! Juan Hermes has tied it on the power play. His third power play goal of the year. Sockers are back in it. Came from a scramble at the side. Julie V, I think, tried to shoot at goal, and it dribbled wide. We'll get another look at the replay for our viewers on Prime Ticket, but Hermes has tied it up. Hermes out of the corner, back for V. It took a funny bounce, and Hermes just at the side snuck it past Mavlik, who had gone down. And Juan Hermes, who has not quite lived up to the billing that he got at the end of last year with a fine finish to the season, comes through with a clutch goal here to tie it in the fourth period. 2-2 now, as Hermes nets his 7th goal of the year, and that's his 3rd of the year on the power play. Hermes last year had 7 power play goals. Segota, or Jungle, I should say, stands at center for the Tacoma kickoff, and the Sockers finally break the ice. Last goal they scored was in the first minute of this game. Now we have a delay on the field now as the officials are consulting with the captains, Steve Jungle and Gene Wilrich at midfield. It is Dipolito talking it over, and I'm not sure what they are trying to sort out.
Here's the winner of the autographed soccer ball.
12:19 left in the period, and the score now tied at 2. On our Kobe Sports Arena swap meet scoreboard, all tied up at 2. That last goal, Hermes 7th from V at 2:41. Here's Ralph Black now. Team's back at even strength as the penalized player comes out. It's in midfield. The Stars have it. It's Preki, who has been shut down tonight. In for Jungle. Makes the nice turn out of the corner and shoots it on goal, but he was falling as he let it go. Korsic with the save and a nice ball up the left wing for Wilrich. Can he outrun the defender, Joe Waters? Wilrich gets to it first in the corner. He's double teamed, and Preki and Waters do the job, get the ball away. Now Namdar, a steal up at the line. He's with Wilrich. Cha-Cha will take a maybe ill-advised shot from way out. It was blocked by Black. Now back come the Stars. This is Preki. At center. He's got Jungle heading for net. Gets around Clavillo. Here's Preki, in on goal. Nice move to the right corner. Clavillo came back using that speed, makes up for the defensive error, wins it back for the Sockers. Namdar using the wall to get it to Clavillo. Ahead for Wilrich. Sockers change on the run. On comes Julie V with Wilrich. To V in the corner. Julie trying to get control, plays it off the high glass. Rebound down to Bartro. He sets it up, shoots, and is blocked by Blasingame. High up in the air here at the Tacoma Dome. It'll bounce at the far boards, and it goes out of play for kick-in San Diego. 11:06 left now as Blasingame makes a key block there on the shot from outside.
This Saturday night Stars Dallas game, we're going to make somebody a millionaire in a special halftime ceremony.
2-2 our score. We're live on the simulcast. And there's one of the Stars. I guess that's the Star. Oh, there's another one. A lot of stars here. They have a section of singing stars and twinkling stars. It's a nickname upon which you can really play on, and they do here. I'll tell you, the Tacoma Stars do one of the best jobs of putting on a good show in their building. It is very entertaining coming here, win or lose. Quinn out of the far side of his attacking zone. What a shot by Hermes. Mavlik did a superb job just to see that. It came from way back at the red line, some 70 feet away, and it was dipping at goal. Hermes has it back at center, and what a shot that was. And you know Hermes has the hard shot when he gets it free. Here's V, sneaking pass down the right side on Brook. Plays it off the wall, makes it, will clear it out. And this will be kick-in San Diego as the Sockers now are taking the momentum from that tying goal and putting on the pressure. Tacoma's defense looking a little sloppy that time. Stars with 18 blocks in this game. No surprise, they've been getting in front of so many shots. That time V snuck down that right side on Bill Crook, and I'll tell you, Crook's hardly played tonight. He's really having a tough night. Here's Segota. Off the high glass, it got past Mavlik, but Crow had already made his move, committed for the header, and was past the ball. Hermes will clear it back toward Jim Gorsick, who has to venture off the line. He's got Stars all around him, but Stumbling is Joe Waters. Now the Sockers will clear it to midfield for Julie V. And Waters not stumbled there. A chance to chip Jim Gorsuch. V chips a pass up the right wing for Quinn. It'll come off the wall. Quinney, scissor kicking far post for Crow. He and Moblik in a battle, and Moblik will grab at the side of the penalty area. Now 10-10 left in regulation. We're tied at 2. Crow behind the play steals with V. Kevin knocked down on the play. It'll come loose to Fran O'Brien. In from behind is V. Gets it away again. Runs into Jungle. On the field comes Clavio. And now the Sockers have it again in the midfield area. Segota losing it to Tuccia. Tuccia down now, and that'll be a foul against Namba. Third foul against San Diego. On the quick restart, it comes to Jungle. We're tied at 2. And as we expected, it has been a very intense evening and a close game. Makes him from center. Long ball for Jungle, headed down by Schmetzer. Now here's Clavio starting out. He's got Katakalidas breaking down the right wing. He's got him free. Off the wall it comes. Everybody missed. All the way to Namdar, into the corner, and in front, but nobody there to convert for San Diego. Good ball out of the corner, but nobody posted up in front. Here's a 2-on-1. Gray and Jungle. In from behind comes Clavio. What's it going to be? 2 minutes. Jungle wants a shootout attempt given. But I don't think there'll be one. There was still another defender back. Let's see what they do. Clavio got the blue card for the 2-minute penalty. We'll see if they give the shootout attempt or not. There was a defender between the goal and Gray, at least off to the side. I don't know if you'd call that a clear breakaway. Probably not, because Schmetzer was moving across. So it's penalty against San Diego. As Clavio is upset, and on the replay if you saw it, it looked like a pretty clean play from our vantage point. Clavio can't believe the call. And the Stars are going to get another power play chance. Pushing the call at 5:43. And this Tacoma power play, which is 2 for 3 tonight, goes to work again. And the man who has both Tacoma goals, Gary Heel, is right alongside Jim Gorsuch. It's Preki, Jungle, Heel, Ingram, and Black on the power play for Tacoma. The free kick comes from about 35 feet out, directly in front of the San Diego net. Quinn, Schmetzer, Ladouceur, and Crow for San Diego. Here's Jungle with the shot. It's blocked. Rebound comes to the near boards. Ladouceur trying to work it out to Quinn. Gets it up to midfield. Here's a 2-on-1. Quinn and Ladouceur. Great ball to Ladouceur. He'll go in on goal. Shoot. And it's blocked by Moblik at the side of the penalty area. Ladouceur trying to chip the goal. Here's another chance. And Quinn hits it with the left foot out of play. As good of short-handed chances you will see for San Diego right there. And now Moblik is down in the Tacoma penalty area as we get another look. Ladouceur had Moblik committed low to the edge of the penalty area, and even on the rebound it came close. Quinn just couldn't get the left footer to stay low. Otherwise the Sockers may get a 1-goal lead short-handed. Moblik may have taken the full brunt of that shot in the face. And right now he looks like he's just taking a breather as the Stars trainer takes a look. It was at the side of the penalty area. He blocked the shot with his face. So give a block or a save to Peter Moblik the hard way. Looks to be all right, though, and we should resume here momentarily with 9:02 left in regulation. The game tied at 2 and a minute 45 left in the penalty to Fernando Clavio. Clavio's presence in the penalty box presents an even bigger problem for Newman, aside from it being a short-handed situation. Clavio's his best penalty killer, or at least among his best, along with Crow and Namdar and Quinn. The tension not particularly showing on Alan Hinton's face at this point. I suppose if there's any pressure at this point in the season, it might be on Ron Newman's shoulders, who's lost twice to Tacoma, and I think has something to prove that he can beat the team that's in first place. Clavio, not the kind of guy who spends a lot of time in the penalty box in a year. That's only his 3rd penalty of the season. But as Newman tells you, even if I don't win a game against Tacoma all year long, where it matters will be in the playoffs. As long as I'm there and as long as I win then. Of course, home field advantage goes along with the best record, and the Sockers have had that the last 3 or 4 years, and they'd like to have it again this year. Here's another steal, and Quinn will break out again with Ladouceur. Here comes Ladouceur with Quinny. Back to Quinn. The shot hits the post. Oh, my goodness. The Sockers can't buy a goal on that shorthanded chance. They've had 2 right there. That might have put the lights out. Here's Jungle back the other way as the Stars power play, which has been deadly so far, looks pathetic here. Now Brecky across for Ingram, and his left footer sails out of play. Oh my, how did they miss again? Quinn, it seemed, had Modlick down and out and just bent it wide.
Stars fans with Valentine's Day just around the corner.
Well, Black, a little casual up near his own red line, and you don't do that with Quinn. Jungle, the last man back, is a good defender. And Ladouceur played the good pass to Quinn. He just hit it wide. It came off the outside of the post. Now it's goal kick San Diego with a minute 13 left in the power play. And the Sockers showing more here shorthanded than they have all night.
San Diego with the goal kick.
Slide outside for Crow, get it back with Blasingame up there to forecheck. Now the pass to midfield for Segota, who's on the field for offense. Bronco down the left side. Neil makes it with him step for step. Segota still with it, controlling. Plays it out to Quinn. Back to center for Kevin Crow. Now back in for Quinn, but it was blocked by Blasingame. Here come the Stars. They'll have to play it back for Ralph Black as they'll make some changes now and get their power play unit back on the field. They play it back to the goalkeeper Modlick with 45 in the man advantage. 8 minutes left in regulation. It's tied at 2. Modlick says, where do I pass it? Takes it over to the left for Black. Sockers playing some full court press here. Stars can't get it out of their own zone. Now Modlick gives it away at midfield to Crow. He'll chest it down. Over to Quinn. Back over to Crow. Ryan now in for Segota. In front. The shot, and Modlick turns to the side. Boy, that's what Newman wants. He wants to get Segota one-on-one with that goalkeeper shorthanded. Now, Crow away from the play is foul. That'll be against the Stars. Sockers with a chance on a quick restart, but Steve Jungle picked up the ball and pushed it the other way. It should have been a penalty against Jungle for delay of game right there, but they didn't see it, the officials who were watching the action in the corner. But the sneaky and crafty Steve Jungle, who was on a streak of 18 points, or points in 18 of his last 20, used a little one-upmanship there to knock the ball away and avoid the quick restart. Segota now plays a poor pass to Schmetzer, or at least Schmetzer didn't run into the space. Either way, Stars have it back. They have 10 seconds left on their power play. From center, Jungle, a long ball for Heel, but it was too far the other side of him. Schmetzer gets to it, plays it up for Quinn. And now Clavio gets set to come back on the field as Quinn comes to the red line. Penalty expired. Here's Segota. In on goal. Takes it to the far board side. Now stops it. Leaves it for Perez. Hugo trying to work some magic there. Gets it stripped away by Brecky. He's got Heel loose on the right side, but Brecky's pass was off the mark. And he hit it right at Gorsuch. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but either way, Heel's furious with Brecky. He was wide open. Here's Ladouceur back the other way. A left footer, and it's just wide to the right side. Perez will try and knock the rebound away. Battle at the red line, and Hermes has it. He's all alone in that zone, heading toward goal. Hermes tried to leave it for Namdar. Now he fights his way back to make the pass. Over to Perez. Trying to sneak in front is Wilrich. They lay it off to Clavio. His shot blocked again. Rebound, Clavio. Up in the air. He'll head it over to Namdar. Cha-Cha knocks it down for Perez. Back for Namdar. Cha-Cha laying it off to Clavio at the right side with 6:22 to go. And now we get a penalty to, I believe, both Jerry Gray and Cha-Cha Namdar. We are going to get offsetting penalties here as Gino Dippolito points to 2 San Diego players. Unsportsmanlike conduct, the offsetting call against both the Sockers and the Stars. 2-2 on the old team from the Soviet Union returns to San Diego, or actually makes its first appearance when the International Challenge Series continues coming up February 8th. That's a 6:05 kickoff at the San Diego Sports Arena on a Sunday night, and tickets are on sale for that one right now at the Sports Arena box office. All Ticketmaster locations, including May Company or Mad Jack stores. You can charge your tickets on the phone with a major credit card, 232-0800. Last year, the Russian game against Moscow or Dynamo Kiev was a tremendous contest and really an emotional evening as well. And now we'll see it again coming up on the 8th. We go to the penalty boxes where it will be offsetting penalties to Jerry Gray of the Tacoma Stars and Hugo Perez And at the other end for the San Diego Sockers, they both go off for unsportsmanlike conduct, so there is no power play. It's an even strength situation. 6:21 left in regulation. It's tied at 2. Sockers have the free kick in the attack zone. Wilrich playing it over to the right point for Namdar, in for Julie V. Chases it down, plays it back to the point. Cha-Cha back in for V. And the Stars have 4 men back to the ball. Here's V, in for Wilrich, trying to fight his way down the right side with Blasingame, and a foul called against Wilrich for pushing Blasingame into the boards. Sockers now with 4 fouls.
Free kick for the Stars.
Tacoma with 2, and the Sockers have led the foul derby all night long. Sockers have led the shots parade. I think that should be inverted. Sockers have 33 shots and the Stars 13. 2 goals each, though, and here comes Tacoma's Neil Mason. Down the right side. Goes to the corner. Plays it across. Oh, Gorsick with a great save off Ralph Black. Wilrich bringing it back out as Gorsick just saved the go-ahead goal right there by Ralph Black. Came in front, and Jimmy just sliding back on instinct got in front of it. A minute left in the offsetting penalties as Crow pushes it forward for Wilrich. 2 defenders around him. Gene going down the left wing. And Blasingame this time called for the foul. Those two have had a little battle going. And Wilrich wants to get a quick restart going. Blasingame pushing up. Now Namdar to say something to Blasingame. And this is a heated rivalry. Wilrich across for Cha-Cha. His shot wide, gets his own rebound. It comes to the near side for Wilrich. That shot had eyes. Came off the boards right back to Namdar. Wilrich a drive. That deflects off a foot wide. Blasingame and Namdar battling, but Blasingame will win it. Up to the red line. He's tripped up by Namdar, and that'll be a foul. And now the Sockers are at the limit again. 5 fouls to the Stars 3. There's 5 minutes left in the game. You know, miracles notwithstanding, that the Sockers are going to get penalized here. Makes it a long ball in for Ralph Black. Nice job by Segota. He just picked that out of the air. Not on this trip for the Sockers tonight, and if you're wondering why you haven't seen them, Coker, Dana, Collier, Ruotolo, and also back home, Carlos Melian. Just didn't make the trip. There's no injuries there, except for Melian. He has a slight problem. Here's Barcho in the right corner. Battling with Black and Valtucha. Black comes out with a Barcho from behind, knocking Black down, no foul. They chip it from center, up for Segota. Knocked away from him. Here come the Stars again. Sockers need men back on defense. Julie V started out late, gets there in time. Here's Maxim in the right corner, looking for somebody in front. Nobody's pressuring him. It's in front, and they score. Oh, terrible defense by San Diego on that goal. Unbelievable breakdown in front of Jim Dorsey. Nobody took the man with the ball. They left him all the time he needed to set it up. And I think Blasingame will get the goal. What happened there? Only 1 goal all year for Greg Blasingame. Look at the time he had. As we get a look at it, Blasingame really just having it redirected off of him. He almost kills himself celebrating. Recovered nicely in midair. Lots of time for Megson in front. At the side, I should say. And Blasingame with a 1-touch on it beat Julie V. And now the Stars lead 3-2 with 4:15 left with the Sockers at 5 fouls. Not a good situation for San Diego. Perez at the far boards for Clavillo. Sockers need to get back in it again now. They have led from the opening goal, but never again. Here's Clavillo at the red line, trying to go down the right side. Broken out, but Segota will get it. They'll knock it to center for Quinn. This is when the Sockers have to show their heart, which in all honesty they haven't shown a lot of this year. They've been playing with less than maximum intensity from time to time. Thus a 500 record. They're 1 game over. That's part of the problem. Schmetzer, a nice play. Oh, and Perez tried to tow it over to Segota, but couldn't reach him. And now Ingram gets it back to the Stars. They'll play it back toward their own goal. It's Mavlik with possession. They'll punt it downfield. 3.5 and counting left in regulation. Sockers need a goal to tie, and now Gorsick will call timeout. So the Sockers, it would seem, are going to talk over their strategy. Maybe they'll go with the 6th attacker right now. Either way, we will take a short pause. On our old Del Mar Cafe scoreboard, Tacoma 3, the Sockers 2, here on the Prime Ticket Network.
Saturday on KTTY.
Why, good afternoon, Mr. Sheriff Kelly.
After 5 years in prison, Timothy Bottoms comes home for revenge and finds blackmail. Bo Hopkins co-stars in A Small Town in Texas. Then at 10.
I want my child.
A little girl disappears without a trace, and soon, no one believes she ever existed. Laurence Olivier and Carol Lindley. Bunny Lake is missing. Saturday on KTTY, Cox and Daniels, Cable 36.
Surrounded by water on beautiful shelter. Live at the Tacoma Dome, the Stars lead San Diego 3-2. This is a crowd with something to cheer about. Tacoma with a chance to open up a 7-game lead atop the Western Division. That might be enough to last them the rest of the year to the playoffs. And everybody enjoying this one, young and old. Sockers have pulled their goalkeeper for the extra attacker. They will go with the 6th attacker right now. And an interesting stat, Tacoma has done poorly against 6th attacker this year. They've given up 8 6th attacker goals in only 22 minutes in which they faced that situation. Let's see if they give up another one here and let the Sockers back in the door. 3:08 left. Here's Segota on the left side. Plays it in front for B, but it never got to it. The rebound will come out to Hermes. Back to Clevio. San Diego net is empty. Fernando uses Wilrich on the right side. Wilrich in front for V. Julie posted up along the side, plays it back out. Wilrich trying to get it through. Here's Hermes. A drive block. Rebound into the corner. Perez to Hermes. He missed. Another shot by Segota block. And now Clevio gets it again at the red line with 2:38 left. Here's Perez. Left footer, and that sails off a Tacoma player out of play. And this will be corner kick San Diego. Clevio used as the extra attacker tonight, and he is in most situations where the Sockers require it. They've needed it more often than not tonight, or this year, I should say. They've had to come from behind, and Ron Newman has to be wondering just which team shows up every night. I can't say the Sockers have played badly tonight, but their offense just hasn't had the zip it had Saturday when they scored 7. Let's see if they can tie it here. Good chance would be on the corner kick. Against Perez, Segota, Wilrich, Hermes, and Clevio. Julie out for Segota, and his shot blocked by his buddy Steve Jungle, and it drops out of play again for another kick in San Diego.
That'll be a free kick for San Diego. Another great game right here.
I'll tell you, if there's a player in this league that I would want on the field in a clutch situation, it's that guy right there, Steve Jungle. He's a winner. Wilrich back for Clevio now. Sockers trying to tie this up with the 6th attacker. They also have to be careful with the foul situation. They're at the limit. Hermes spans on a shot from way out. Now runs into Jungle. No foul given. Sockers will recover. Here's V. He slides it across, and he's tricked. So now the Stars take their 4th foul with 2:11 left. Boy, Hermes missed by a mile on that shot. Boy, if he gets on it, watch out, Peter Moblin. Here's Segota now, getting set. On the free kick, San Diego. The shot, he scores! Finally, they find a way past the defense. And Bronco Segota, shut down all night long, ties it up.
San Diego's 3rd goal, number 20, Bronco Segota.
He just unloaded and put it through the legs of Steve Jungle, and it tipped Jungle's left inside calf and through the legs, released underneath Peter Mobley. And we're tied at 3 with 2:09 left. A disappointed Mobley, and really hard to blame him because Segota's blast hit Jungle, and that crossed up Mobley, who was going the right way. Now the Sockers have to stay away from a foul here in the late going. They have 5, and they have the ball. Wilrich out of his own zone, 3-on-2. He's with Katakalitis and Quinn. Wilrich down the right side, trying to get a shot away. It's loose in front, and the Stars will get it back. Down to 1:50 left. Here's Joe Waters. He's got a clear lane, shoots, wide. Rebound to Preki. He's been silent tonight, but watch out. Preki in on goal, but Crow blocks it. To Waters, to the far post for Jungle, but behind it. Julie V controls, toe pokes it to center for Wilrich, but too far. Down to 1:30 left, we're tied at 3. What a great battle between perhaps the 2 top teams in the West. Certainly 2 of the top 4 and 5 in all of this league. Right now, they're the top 2 in the standing. Jungle. In front. It's cleared away by Schmetzer. Quinn will get it back. Runs out to the red line with 1:15 to go. Wilrich, Schmetzer all breaking in. Left side Schmetzer off the wall. Wilrich in front, got a piece of it. It's bicycle kicked down by Waters. Schmetzer will chase it down, head it back toward Kevin Crow. And Jim Gorsuch now, of course, back in the goal for San Diego. Controls it. A minute left in the game. If it's tied, we stay here for overtime. Ahead for Quinn. To Segota. Bronco has Julie B in front. Good run by Segota, but then he bumps it back. Not far enough for Quinn. Notice how Quinn stays away from the foul. Now Segota challenging Ralph Black, but they leave him some space. You don't want the foul right now at all. Here's Bill Crook at center. He's trying to draw that foul. It comes loose. Hermes runs after it, still chasing it down. Now with 32 left, it's Jerry Gray. He's got Heel on the right side. Runs into Clavillo, who falls. Here comes Godfrey Ingram down the left wing. Makes a move on Quinn. Shoots Gorsuch with a big save. It's loose in front, and Quinn brings it out. What a great finish here. We're going to have either way. Segota to center. Left side for Hermes, 14 left. Got a chance to win it. To Segota. Shoots. It's wide, and the rebound will be cleared out to the far boards. 7 seconds left. Here's Bartrow. Trying to set it up. Hermes, a left footer, and it's out of play.
Shot up and over the top by number 11.
You wanted a game. You got one tonight. This one is going to go to overtime with 2 seconds left. The Stars will have a goal kick. And that's not much time to score. You can't play it over 3 lines, so somebody has to touch it in the midfield area. Juan Hermes with 1 goal tonight. Had a chance to be the hero right there, but couldn't keep it low. And now Moblet will just, I'm sure, kill the clock. Not really much opportunity here at all to score with 2 seconds left, and we will go to sudden death overtime. And that's where these teams' records in 1-goal games will really be a factor. Moblet kicks it to center. And that is the end of regulation. Overtime is coming up next. After 4 quarters, Tacoma 3, San Diego 3. Back live on the simulcast here at the Tacoma Dome. We are headed for overtime with the score tied 3-3. And boy, have we seen some all-stars tonight. Jungle, Preki, Segota, Quinn, Crow, Clavillo, and more. And they'll all be in Los Angeles coming up 2 weeks from tonight. Wednesday, the 11th of February at the Forum. 8 o'clock kickoff for the MISL All-Star Game. And what a 3-day celebration that's going to be in the Los Angeles area. If you'd like to be part of it, you better hurry. Tickets are going fast. Over 14,000 sold. You can get them by calling Ticketmaster or the Lasers, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can call the Sockers at 224-GOAL, and they can arrange both tickets and transportation to you to the All-Star Game. Ron Newman looks on. His team has not had a good go of it in overtime this year. They are 3-6, and their 1-goal record is 4-8. It has just not gone well for the Sockers after regulation. On the other hand, the Stars, unbeatable in overtime so far. 6-0, and they are 11-0 in 1-goal games. They have all the numbers going for them right now. But we're tied. Everybody's even, and we're set to go with Tacoma defending the goal to our left, Sockers to our right. Everybody's got their best out there right now to start it. Jungle out for Tacoma, and Wilrich at center for San Diego. Black plays it right in for Jungle into the right corner. Backed up against Juan Hermes. Jungle now running to the top of the penalty area. Hermes stays with him, kicks it free. And no foul call. Shouldn't have been. He got the ball cleanly. Here's Perez back the other way. Cuts down the right side. And it's stripped off him by Joe Waters. Both the games between these teams so far this season, if you saw the opening of our program, ended in overtime. Tacoma won the game in San Diego in overtime 8-7 on a goal by Gary Heel. And here in double overtime later, the next day, the Stars won it with Gary Heel winning with the overtime goal. Or Steve Jungle, I should say. Here's Perez in his own zone. Up to center for Wilrich. 1 man back is Waters. Now it's knocked off Gene's foot and rolls back into the Tacoma defensive third as Ron Newman makes wholesale changes. Here comes Black to center. We're in sudden death overtime. We're live here on the Prime Ticket Network and KLZZ, and we hope you're enjoying it. I don't know how you can be. Here's Black at the point. Has Heel in front. He's got 2 goals tonight, Gary Heel. San Diego goals tonight by Segota, the tying goal, Hermes, and Kevin Crow. Crow chesting it down in front of his own goal. Gets it to Brian Quinn. Back for Crow, back for Quinn, and he'll hold it up in midfield and get set up. Quinn will cut it to the left, working against Godfrey Ingram. Ingram steals it, but Gorsuch will get a chance to come out. And now he'll chip it right at the Tacoma player, Bill Crook. Off his head to Kevin Crow. Up in the air again. Ladouceur controls near side of midfield. Now pushes it ahead for George Catacalidis. Crook steps in front of that. And the Stars will control in their own defensive zone. We play 2.5 minutes of sudden-death overtime. It's 3-3. Here come the Stars. Off the left side, Ralph Black. He's got a lane. He's got Jungle and Seco with him. Black down the wing. Plays it into the corner for Jungle, but behind him, now Schmetzer banks it off the wall. Can't get it out. Preki trying to use Seco. Nice spinorama move by Seco. Into the right corner. He goes in front. Kicked away by Schmetzer. Back to Catacalidis. He'll lose it. Stars swarming in the San Diego zone. Finally, Ladouceur gets it free. And over to Brian Schmetzer. Schmetzer will come to midfield. Leaves it for Quinn. Here's Quinn. Across the red line. He's all alone. 5 Tacoma players back there. Banks it off the wall right to Preki. Doctor's changing on the run as Preki comes to center. Makes a neat move, trying to get around Catacalidis, who got a piece of the ball. Back to center, now off the right side for Gary Heel. Still in sudden death. Heel plays it out to the high slot for Preki. He's so deceptive. Nice move, but Schmetzer didn't buy it. Kicked it away. Now a race, but Tuccia will get to it first. He tries to head upfield with it. And now Schmetzer will make the change with Herman. From the start. This is Seco from way out, and he took a gamble there and lost the bet. On the play for goal kick San Diego. While we have a chance, let's pause for a moment so that our stations can identify themselves. Ron Newman minding the gate at the San Diego bench and involved in his 10th overtime game of this season. And that'll turn those blonde hairs gray on you. Gorsuch getting set for the goal kick. We're in sudden death. 12-11 remaining in the first 15-minute period. Of course, last time these teams played here on the 27th of December, it went to double overtime. Sockers have already played 2 double overtimes this year. But going for the record. Here's Gorsuch. From the front of the penalty area, toss to midfield. Went right to Neil Megson. Back from the Stars. Here's Preki on the left wing. He's got Bill Crook with him, but Hermes knocks it away. Good play, no foul as he cleanly got the ball. Hermes now to Julie V at center. He's in a race with Tuccia. Again, those 2 elder statesmen, but V's shot trying to put it off the wall for Segota. Went to the goal. Mob will cut it down. Sockers trying to get back in numbers on defense. Jerry Gray has a step on him. Backs it out to Preki. His shot wide of the goal. Rebound down to Jungle. He'll chest it. Over to Tuccia. The shot wide. Segota tracks down Jerry Gray as he punts it back to midfield for Neil Megson. Megson, a pass in for Jungle. Steve has 1 assist tonight. To Jerry Gray, he hits it across midfield to the near side for Tuccia. Back into the attack zone for Preki. You keep waiting for him to do something. There he makes a nice move. Shoots it off the wall. It's wide. Rebound, and it's wide again. Tuccia from the red line knocks it back in. It hit Hermes. Comes near Julie V. Now it's free in midfield. Segota with a touch on it with Julie V. Here's Hermes and Julie all alone. Hermes in on goal. Shoots. Gets the side of the post. They score! Rebound! Segota wins it. And San Diego breaks the overtime jinx.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Stars fans. Final score of the Sockers 4.
Bronco Segota, the tying goal and the winning goal on a night when he talked about contract problems. So much for that philosophy. He played tremendously when it counted most, and the Sockers win it 4-3 in sudden death overtime. Don't go away. We have a post-game show coming up, and Bronco Segota with the 2 late goals has to be our star of the game to tie it and to win it. And we watch Hermes play it wide, but Bronco trailing, knocking it low, and past a helpless Tacoma defense. And the Sockers take the 3rd game of this, what will be a 6-game set, and a tremendous game it was. Not the highest scoring affair, but as it turned out for the Sockers, 4 goals was enough. That's our final score in overtime. The Sockers 4, Tacoma 3, and we'll be back to Tacoma. At the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, where our final score in overtime, San Diego 4 and the Tacoma Stars 3, and it was Bronco Segota with his 2nd goal of the night and his 18th of the year at 4:03 of sudden death on an assist from Juan Hermes that set it up. And The Sockers leave here with a very, very important victory as it sets the tone, I think, for the rest of this series. Tacoma obviously can't feel that they own the Sockers this year after tonight's battle. Our next game here on Prime Ticket coming up on Sunday from the Forum in Los Angeles, where we'll see how the Lasers respond with Peter Wall being relieved as head coach today. They'll host the Chicago Sting. That's a 5:50 kickoff time here live on Prime Ticket Sunday from the Forum. And our next Sockers game here on the Prime Ticket Network and on KLZZ Tuesday, February the 3rd at 7:30 from the Reunion Arena in Dallas, the Sockers and the Dallas Sidekicks. Again, the Sockers open scoring in this game, and then Tacoma came back with a couple of power play goals to make it a 2-1 margin. And the Sockers tied it. Tacoma again went ahead, but the Sockers with 2 clutch goals in the final moments. Bronco Segota with a 6th attacker goal to tie it, and then Segota again with the winner. Gives the Sockers this very emotional victory, puts them 2 games over 500, ties their longest winning streak of the year. If you want the numbers, they've now won 2 straight, but more importantly, I think they demonstrated that they can play with what some say is the best team in the MISL now in the Tacoma Stars. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Stay with us for the post-game show. That's coming up here on the Prime Ticket Network. We'll talk to tonight's star of the game, Bronco Segota, with 2 goals, including the winner for the San Diego Sockers. Again, the final in overtime, San Diego 4, Tacoma 3. Our post-game show next here on the Prime Ticket Network. Welcome to the post-game show here on the Prime Ticket Network and on our simulcast on KLZZ AM 600 San Diego. I'm Randy Hahn, and if you've been with us all evening long, you've been witness to a tremendous game in the Major Indoor Soccer League tonight. Only 7 goals scored, which is certainly not an abundant amount by MISL standards, but sometimes these are real thrillers, too. And for the 3rd straight time that these teams have met this year, it's resulted in an overtime finish. And tonight it was on the plus side for the San Diego Sockers, who twice prior this year had lost in overtime to the Stars, both back at the Sports Arena and here at the Tacoma Dome. But tonight it was Bronco Segota, who really has not played up to his level of last year so far this season. And if you joined us on the pregame show, you know of the contract problems he's in the midst of and of his intention to perhaps become a free agent at the end of the season, but you wouldn't have known it by the way he played tonight, getting a clutch goal late in the contest as a 6th attacker to tie it at 3, and then getting the winning goal in sudden death overtime 4 minutes and 3 seconds in to give the Sockers the 4-3 victory and finally secure a win here in Tacoma. And Bronco Segota, our star of the game show, is joined us now live here in our studio at the Tacoma Dome. Congratulations, Bronco. First of all, it's a monkey off you guys back to finally beat Tacoma this year. I know that you worry most about beating them come playoff time, but it's nice to win.
Yes, it's just a great game between 2 teams. The previous 2 games as well, you know, very tough fought, very tactical games, and I'm just glad this time that we've been able to edge them.
The level of intensity tonight seemed tremendous, Bronco, from both teams. Tacoma's defense got in front of so many of your shots alone. I think they finished the night with close to 20 blocks. It had to get frustrating out there sometimes. You were getting a little room and getting your shot away, but they kept blocking it.
Yes, everybody seemed to jump in front of the ball, and but you can see slowly that they were late coming to the ball, and we were getting more and more opportunities. And finally, you know, we've been able to just squeak a couple of by, you know, off a defender or off the goalie.
Bronco, this has to be a good game for you personally, too. You missed the game the other night when the Sockers enjoyed a nice 7-3 win, and I know that you have a lot of emotion left over from the team meeting after a very disappointing loss on the road in Wichita last week. This was your chance to show that meeting made a difference, and I guess it did. Well,
I've been very unlucky, as well as a lot of the other players in the previous games, and you know, it just has to change, you know. And finally tonight, the first half I was held pretty tightly by Maxon, but you know, 3rd and 4th quarter in the overtime, I kind of got loose a few times and just, you know, went through my way, went through Stevie's legs and past Maulik. All right, now some more fun for you, Bronco. I'm sure you've already had some tonight. We're going to get a chance to look at your 2 goals tonight. You sure waited a while to score them, but they came when they mattered most. Yes, as you see, the goal went through Stevie's leg and right under the arm of Maulik, and it was just, you know, I think everybody was saying, don't shoot from there, and, you know, when you put one man in the wall, I have to shoot.
Now, the winning goal with the overtime period coming up here in just a moment, really a result of, I think, Wad Hermes trying to score and just missing a little bit.
Yes, what happened was Neil dove in, tried to win the ball, and knocked it to Julie. And Waddy sprinted past Julie, and Julie fed him a nice ball. And it was a kind of difficult angle for Waddy, but, you know, I saw it, and I sprinted into the open space just in case of a rebound. And, you know, it came right to me for once, and I just put it in the net.
Bronco, for all the water that's gone under the bridge between you and Steve Jungle over the years, I'm sure you'll have some fun kidding him that ball went through his legs.
Well, you know, I'm not going to kid him, you know, because I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for Stevie, and, you know, maybe a little bit.
Okay. Bronco, this is also such an important victory for the Sockers because it comes at a time when you're really on a tough stretch of games where you're hardly home for a day or two and you head back out on the road. Next up is Kansas City Friday, then you're back on the road again the next day. And I guess this is the time of year when a championship team has to show its mettle and show that it can win under adverse conditions sometimes.
Well, yes, Randy, it's going to be extremely tough in the next couple of weeks. I think we're away for like 5-6 games, and we're playing every second day. And, you know, we're going to really have to rest and try to get as much rest as possible on the road and make sure that, you know, we can come at least half the games won.
Finally, Bronco, and I don't want to belabor the point because I'm sure you're basically just about tired of talking to reporters and interviewers like me about it, but that's the contract situation. And I guess if it was up to you, you could just would just rather worry about playing soccer and winning games like this one tonight than have contract situations to deal with.
Yes, you know, it should have been resolved before the season, but, you know, we were just back and forth, and I think, you know, it's getting time to just leave it for the season and, you know, concentrate on winning and maybe another championship.
Well, Bronco, we hope you get that settled and stay with San Diego. I know Sockers fans everywhere, all across the country, hope to see you back in a San Diego uniform next year, and even if you go to the highest bidder, I hope it's the Sockers in this occasion.
I hope so too, Randy.
Bronco Segota, our star of the game tonight with the tying and winning goals in sudden death overtime. And for joining us, Bronco receives a gift certificate for dinner at any one of the old cafes in San Diego, Old Mission Beach, Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, or the old Del Mar Cafe. We have more coming up on our post-game show from the Tacoma Dome, and that's next here on Prime Ticket. Diego so far this year in the regular season, the 11-0 record in one-goal games and 6-0 record in overtime, but that didn't seem to matter tonight as the Sockers came up with a very clutch effort, I thought, in adverse conditions, playing in a building where the people were screaming and really enjoying themselves and pulling for their home team, and it's always tough on the road, especially when the Sockers picked up the kind of penalties they did earlier in the game and gave up the power play goals, but they persevered and came back to win this one in grand fashion. Let's look at the individual scoring to recap tonight's action here on Prime Ticket. Gary Heel with his first and second of the game, both on the power plays, and he's now at 23 on the year, and he has 7 goals in the 3 games against San Diego. Greg Blasingame with the only other Tacoma goal. That came late in the 4th period, which gave them a lead you thought they might hold because the Sockers were at 5 fouls, but then they were able to come back. Crow with his first tonight of the game. That was his 3rd of the year. That was at 1:05 of the 1st, and then the Sockers never scored again at the 4th period when Hermes netted one to tie it, and then Segota with those big goals late in the game at 12:51 on a 6th attacker situation, and then Segota again at 4:03 of sudden death overtime. And I can't help but mention again the Sockers foul situation with 5 late in the game, and they were able to stay out of foul trouble and come back and win this one. Final look at the team stats. You're going to see some amazing numbers here. San Diego outshooting the Stars 43-18. That is an incredible margin. And the Stars with 25 blocks. That is only 7, by the way, short of the all-time MISL record for blocks in a game of 32. So they had a tremendous performance defensively, getting in front of a lot of shots from people like Segota tonight. But in the end, the Sockers were able to come back. 6 penalties for San Diego tonight for 12 minutes, and they continue their domination in the league in that department, leading in penalty minutes. Well, as we've mentioned again, a very important victory for the San Diego Sockers, puts them 2 games over 500, and of course, because Tacoma's in first place, it clips a whole game off the Stars' lead in the Western Division standings. San Diego entered tonight's game 6 games back, and now they're just 5 games back. And don't believe anybody who tells you the Sockers don't have a chance to still finish first in the West. There is a lot of the season to go. They are only 22 games in and still 4 away from the halfway point of the season, so much can still change in the West, although the Sockers, I'm sure, would wish they could play Tacoma a few few more times to chip that away. They will play 3 more times this season, and it looks like we're going to have good battles every time out, as all 3 have now gone to overtime. And the Sockers selling Steve Jungle to Tacoma has worked wonders for the Stars, but yet the Sockers are still in these games against them. So far, everything is working out. Whether or not it results in a 6th championship for San Diego, I'm sure the Tacoma Stars will have a lot to say about that come playoff time. Let's take a look again at our next game.